And all over, you know, every time you guys play that song, well, see, okay, like we started off, I want to hear it more, but I don't know what it's like on your guys' platform, and you know, but you know what, we'll get into that, man. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. I'm your host, Big Mod. I got my co-host San and Chris sitting with us today. Sandy took the day off last week. How was your day off, San?
Oh yeah, I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, that's when I had little Rico in here.
Yeah, I was with my mom.
That's
that
right.
week, so
Yeah, okay.
I'm back.
Back by popular demand.
And
You know what?
behind the camera, not in front of the camera.
Now that you're back on. Oh yeah, of course behind the camera. Chris, you good?
Yeah.
We rolling. Everything's good.
Yep.
All right, Chris. Before I intro my guest, can you do some ads, please? This podcast is sponsored by Quinn Concrete Construction. The company motto: no job too big or too small. Whatever your concrete need is, they have the experience and the professionalism to ensure a quality job every time. For a free estimate, call 913-279-1448. That's 913-279-1448 and ask for Joe Quinn.
This episode is sponsored by Goal Fire Protection. With over 26 years of fire sprinkler experience, Goal Fire Protection has built our livelihoods on established relationships and providing quality fire sprinkler systems. From retrofits, remodels, service, repairs, new installation, and inspections, simple to the extreme, we can help you every step of the way. No job is too small or too big for our knowledgeable crews. For your free estimate, call 913-441-3390 or email us at gochoa@goalfireprotection.com.
Sweet. Thank you, son. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the studio Matt Elton in the house.
Yay!
Actually, for a second time.
Second time.
Second time. This time you're by yourself.
Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coming in solo, coming in hot.
First time was the fishing podcast.
Yeah. The fishing pod. You know, and
All Timmy talked about was how all he did was talk about fishing the whole time.
yeah,
Oh,
and when he came in, that's what we talked about as well. The guy just loves. You talking about when he came in with
Yeah,
all you guys?
Was straighted.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
every question we asked and Timmy answered, it just turned into fishing somehow. Okay, dude.
Oh
I didn't know
man.
this was a fishing podcast.
I
I
know.
kept saying that.
Yeah, but welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
It looks. I'm sure it looks a little different from the last time you were in here.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks a little crowded because when I had you, the five of you, yeah, right, five of you in here, it was a little spread out. We didn't have much going on like we do now, but yeah,
I'll
now
dig it.
now we
Got the
got
DMC Funko Pops. Gotta have them.
Yeah,
Heck
DMC and Ice Cube. You collect any of those?
Funkos, I had like a Goku one for a while from Dragon Ball Z, and I don't know what happened to it. I actually gave it to DJ, the percussionist.
Okay, uh-huh.
I don't know.
Okay,
I
so
see
you
you.
didn't have a collection. You just bought that one.
Nah, I just had
and-
one. Yeah, I've come across them every once in a while, like some that I think might be rare, but
Yeah.
I collect cards, so I don't.
Oh, okay,
I just
so
try
you're
not
a card
to
collector.
Yeah, try not to collect anything else.
Okay.
So
What,
what kind of cards?
Oh, Magic cards, Magic the Gathering. It's nerd stuff.
okay.
It's a game. It's kind of like Pokemon, but it's the OG.
Okay.
A
Oh,
little bit
You know
harder to
what?
play.
okay. Actually,
Yeah.
I do have a question about that. It was something I saw. Yeah, but yeah, definitely get into that.
But you just said you had a Goku?
Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
She don't know
Uh-huh.
who that is.
Yeah.
Wait.
But the
You're
bo-
going to anime. I know a little bit.
Yeah, she knows.
I know a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, that's it.
Because anime is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you got tickets. You're going to go. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like you're excited, but
Come on, Chris. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
what are you excited about seeing? What
I don't know. I've never been there before, so I don't know what to expect.
you don't know what to expect.
Cosplayers.
Yeah.
Cosplayers.
Have you been before to?
to a convention,
Yeah.
like an anime convention?
To anime, yeah, the
Nah.
anime conventions.
No, I've been to card conventions. but I have not been to an anime convention.
Convention.
I will though one day because I'm a nerd, and anime conventions are for all sorts of nerds. You know, it's
So you guys have
very diverse.
something in common there.
Hell yeah. I have something in common with all the nerds. You know, the nerds are my people.
Are you a D&D nerd?
Yep.
Chris?
Oh yeah, I play D&D.
He's a D&D.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I don't DM, but I got a nerd roommate that's a pretty good DM. So. We'll get together. We do stuff. It's kind of Magic does the same thing. Magic's also just nerd stuff. It's kind of like it's very similar to D&D. Same company makes both games, and you know, I mean, it's a great time. Love to have friends over all the time, and you know, usually we're all being pretty good when we're just hanging out in the kitchen playing kitchen table games. You know, tabletop stuff. You know what I mean? We're not out there partying or doing anything crazy.
Real quick, man. Do you think the mic set up pretty good for you there, or is it kind of far away?
I mean, I can bring it closer, but
okay. I didn't know if I needed to drop it down a little bit, but I think just as long as we don't cover your face, that's all good.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to show off that beard.
Got to show off the beard, moneymaker.
The moneymaker. Well, yeah. So we bought those anime tickets for Chris for his birthday, which was on the 13th.
Happy birthday.
And happy belated to you as well. We're still in the month. You celebrated it on the 8th, right?
Yep. August 8th.
All right, tell us what did you do that day? Anything
I had
special?
2 gigs with Stranded on the 8th.
on the day itself,
yeah, we played in the morning for it was like a children's back to school backpack giveaway out in like the Paseo area, Casey-Mo. Cool gig. I like that a lot. Very community oriented.
Yeah.
There was a nest of quote aggressive bumblebees. Right next to the generator, right next to the stage where we played. So it's like you're sitting there and they're like, a bee comes flying at you and you're like, oh crap. Is that one of the aggressive ones? I don't know.
So,
nobody got stung.
Okay, so the generator was going right next to the
right next to an angry hive of angry bees. Yes.
Yeah, which made them angry.
We got there and they're like, yeah, you're gonna play over there, and then it was like literally a sign right next to it that said aggressive bumblebees. And we're like, first of all, I didn't think those things were aggressive, but I don't know, they got some problems.
So the bumblebees are
the fat ones.
The fat yellow and black ones, right?
Yeah.
Dang, I don't think I've ever
been stung by a
bumblebee.
So were they stinging your equipment?
No, but we were worried because we're just gonna be loud.
Or
right
the
next
generator
to
or whatever that was there. That was.
Yeah,
the
generator. I'm telling you,
we were right next to it.
I had an incident with bees.
Like
cutting grass.
Like more than one bee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But those were the
bee is a bee. I don't care right now.
They're just the yellow jackets, maybe.
No, they weren't yellow jackets.
They're
They were
little
tiny
yellow.
ones.
Oh, they were
yellow
like
jackets are the big ones.
Well, that's the ones we're talking about.
No, you said
No,
bumblebee.
yellow jackets are wasps.
Yeah.
Bumblebees have fur, and wasps just have pure hatred for humanity.
Yeah.
They see you and they just want to kill you.
No.
You know, if a bee stings you, it like dies. It like sacrifices itself because it loses the sting of the wasp. They'll sting you again.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah. I took off running, and they stayed behind, and they were attacking the lawnmower.
Oh.
Yeah,
so that's why I was wondering. Yeah,
they swarmed the lawnmower, like just covered it.
Oh, man.
See, that's when I said you should have just jumped in the pool. But you come running the opposite way, and we're inside.
A few of them got me around my ankle, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, I remember that. I think we were in the kitchen, and we could hear you like, I don't know. It was kind of weird that you're in the distance. We can hear you screaming. I don't know if you came in through the garage or something.
That's so funny.
We're like, what the hell is going on?
That's so funny.
That was pretty funny. But
I mean, it sucks in the moment, but
I mean, that's why so in my mind, that's what I was thinking. It was like, were those bees just like?
Yeah, no. They would come out one at a time.
Oh, okay.
Like, nothing made sense about that at all to me. I was like, okay, sure, aggressive.
I'm just impressed somebody left a note that said aggressive bumblebees or a sign or whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know who thought they were like, let's put the band up.
Yeah, that too.
Like 10 feet away from this hive.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, then the next gig I played Saturday. I played at Viejitos. It was like it's a car club. The Kansas City chapter had their like I think it was
Los Viejitos
50th anniversary.
Oh, cool.
It was out in the George Mine Center over kind of next to
Sandstone. By one. Yeah,
man.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. It was a cool gig.
You up on the stage?
Yeah, I respect that. I like the car club, but they're very family oriented and non-violent, and just all this. There's just very good people.
Yeah.
Together, hang out, listen to some cool music, dance.
Yep. Yeah, that's actually another. I've had already a couple of car club people come through here. Juarez Car Club, and then Aaron Munoz, the Royal. I think Royal. They came through, and then we hit some car clubs, and we actually kind of learning about that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure I don't know like nothing but the tip of the iceberg of all that history, because a lot of it is very just like kind of recent history, very cultural stuff. Yeah.
Did they bring their cars out there too?
Oh yeah. Well, they actually had people come in from all over the country to celebrate with them. So we had people from
pretty cool.
Like they have Viejitos chapters like all over the country. It was cool, like San Diego, Chicago, Arizona. Yeah, it was cool.
Very nice. Heck yeah! Shout out to the Viejito Car Club. That's pretty cool.
They
got some really cool cars, man.
Yeah,
them old school.
I like it. I like that style. The style that they try to do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that was all on your birthday.
On my birthday. Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
I mean, did you at least get some shout outs?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we got to, on the 9th, the day after, on a Sunday, we all had a little party.
Okay.
Went to the, shout out to the Eagles Nest, VFW Post 213. I went there, and they actually threw me a surprise party. Andre from Stranded and my mom did a little colluding.
Really?
And Timmy's girlfriend, Valissa.
Yeah,
because I was all like, "Wah, nobody throws me a birthday party." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I don't like parties all the time on my birthday. I also party a lot, so like, there's a birthday party it's different.
Well, that's cool.
Well, guess what, man? Everybody, come on out.
Dude, I would be like, no, I cannot emotionally hit another one. No, man, I was like crying and shit. I'm just out of there, just like, I love you guys so much. Everybody's like, oh, those tears of joy, and I'm like, yeah, it was sick. It was cool.
That's pretty cool. Have you had a great summer? Everything been good this summer?
Yeah, a lot of work, a lot of playing.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Well, now it feels like summer's finally here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think June felt like
That's true. That
summer.
is true.
Yeah.
July. August. This so far has been crazy. There's been just a lot of outdoor stuff that I'm having to do.
Yeah.
Don't have AC in my car right now.
That's
my fault. I can fix it, but I'm just kind of lazy.
So talk about hot.
Yeah.
Well, how hot was it? What was the hottest temperature you were in this summer?
Definitely when I was in Vegas, for sure. When Stranded played in Vegas.
All right, yeah. Well, yeah, let's get to that. Where would you put? Okay, this is a recap to Vegas. Where would you put that trip to Vegas? Where would you put it in? From a scale from 1 to 10, man.
1 to 10.
Yeah.
Well, I would. There's a couple different categories.
Yeah.
I'd probably put it at like a 7.5.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
I mean, because is this normal? You guys performing out of town?
We like to when we can. Playing out of town for musicians is a little bit of a challenge logistically.
True.
And financially, sometimes it's you're not really necessarily breaking even every time you go out on the road. I'd say the reality is you're really almost never breaking even on the road, unless you're selling out stadiums. But you have to kind of accept that in order to spread the music and stuff. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of a unspoken balance that you have to strike, and sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you go out and you don't make any money and you play for nobody. Vegas was not that, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure everybody can kind of imagine Las Vegas. It was my first time there.
Okay.
I was kind of my dad's side of the family. They're all from Nevada, but they're all from other parts of Nevada. So I'm like accustomed a little bit to the culture. But I guess you really even what I knew about Vegas, I was not prepared for Las Vegas. Because the place is a crazy place full of crazy people. We played, we did the Las Vegas Tejano takeover.
Yeah.
Shout out to David Chavez.
Okay.
He's the guy. He and his wife Sarah helped us get on there. They helped throw on the festival. We played Saturday, I want to say.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday, noonish.
Yeah, noon or 1 of those two. We did a little hour set. It was pretty good. I definitely learned a lot about Tejano culture while I was in the festival, and we got to work an expo booth and just meet a lot of people. It was all kind of done around the Westgate Hotel, so everybody that was kind of there was also there at the hotel. So it was just, it was like a 5 days of just hanging out with, just a bunch of people and, getting to meet a lot of people, do a lot of stuff, play a lot of music. Like, they had like the jams and stuff, and we could go hang out in the hotel room and whittle around. And, but, the show itself, I thought was like, it was cool to see Kansas City come out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people from Kansas City that came, and it was just very cool to see as just everybody kind of just immediately get down with it. Because, Stranded, if you look us up on the internet, Stranded in the City is not a very Tejano band. Like,
right.
you wouldn't close your eyes and hear Tejano when you think of us, But, we fit kind of in that similar vein of just, like, I don't know, Latin American type sounds, So being able to, like, go down there and play to, like, a market adjacent to ours and still have people immediately get it was very gratifying.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I mean, we play music to please most people. You know what I'm saying? We play music that not only that we like, but we know that other people would like as well. So every time that we play a set, we design a set kind of around what potential room we're going to be playing towards and things like that.
Is that a collaborative thing, or is that one person designs that set?
It's it is pretty collaborative, I'd say. We've kind of gotten really naturally we get in the flow pretty easily. Like, we all kind of in a way we have like a similar idea of what we're going to do as we do it.
Okay.
Right.
And that's also given that you guys have been together how many years?
Yeah, like I'm on like year 9, I think, with Stranded in the City.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I did not realize.
Yeah, I'm pretty
that.
sure I joined in 2017 or 2018, so I'm either on year 8 or year 9.
Okay.
So Timmy, at the same time, you guys
Timmy joined a couple years before me.
He did.
I was a college in Topeka. I was a freshman in college at Topeka.
Okay.
And Timmy was going to college with Tony at KCKCC.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they really became like friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because they met earlier. They've known each other for a while, but then when they went to school together. And then I moved back to Kansas City from Topeka after dropping out of college. And
it's
I'm
not
gonna guess
everybody.
Washburn.
Yeah, from
Topeka.
Washburn. Yep. And I moved back and was in Stranded in like less than a month, basically. Like I came in and shout out the Eagle's Nest again. We had a jam
session, right?
And, showed up, did that one with them, and I've kind of done every one of them
That was
since.
kind of like your audition?
A little bit. I guess it wasn't necessarily an audition. They were just like, hey, dude, you sound good.
Yeah.
Want to be in a band? So, yeah. I jammed with Andre Sr. first, actually. Andre Sr. was who I played with first. Yeah, so the boys,
really?
the boys heard me before they got to play with me, which is kind of cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd you end up crossing paths with Andre?
Oh, because of that was just who was hosting the jam. It was.
Oh,
just
he was hosting at.
Yeah,
that
it was
time.
like that little set.
Okay.
It was just that 3-minute set. Like the boys were out, doing whatever, grabbing a plate or hanging out, and it was this is Pops' turn to host.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or not host, but to bring in the jammers and play with them. So
then how'd you hear about it?
Timmy was like, dude, you gotta come.
Oh,
You gotta come down here, dude. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
Let's go. So going back to you guys' performance there in Vegas, which you guys rocked it out, man. It was a good time. You guys did an awesome job. How do you think the performance went?
I thought it went well.
Yes.
I would like to have maybe played some more original music, maybe, but it's just this weird thing where it kind of felt like everybody was playing covers at the Tejano convention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the guys who played their original stuff were like the big ticket Grand Valle people that were playing the later set. There was like three like big acts at the end of each night. I think for 3 nights there were 3 big acts.
Yeah, they're in
we saw
Yeah.
Michael Salgado play. We're like, hell yeah, that guy rocks. He was playing all of his original stuff. But then like where we were at, it just felt like a lot of the same songs, a lot of the Tejano staples, the stuff that we all know.
Yeah.
Like Boy Oh Boy, I'm pretty sure I heard La Mucura like 3 times, 4 times, and everybody was set up the same way. Everybody had accordions. Accordion is basically the most important instrument in Tejano music.
The box.
Yes.
Yep, accordion, and then the bajo quinto or bajo sexto.
Okay.
Which I mean, that is the sound. That's the sound of Tejano, so it just makes sense. That's why Stranded, it was a bit odd at first, because I was like, oh crap, they know that we're not this. Like, we could do that, but then we would just come up and play the same songs that everybody else plays, and it's like I didn't really want to do that. You know what I mean? I didn't want to play, any of the stuff that we do. We just that we would have done for the Tejano thing. We heard other people play it. So.
Yeah, but what set you guys apart was between you and Timmy rocking out with your guitars. Nobody else was doing that.
Yeah, true.
Which I thought you guys brought a different sound, a different vibe than everybody else.
Yeah.
You guys set yourself apart.
It was the two Weddles in the band that were jamming out. See, that's what
I heard that
a
lot.
Yes,
I heard that almost too much.
Really?
It makes sense because not everybody knew me.
Right.
And the color of my skin definitely made people worry. As soon as I walked on stage, they were like, "Are you sure about this?"
You can hang with the best out there.
I grew up around here, man.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm half of in this culture myself, even though I'm not.
Yeah, even
I'm white,
the Spanish words that you're saying here in studio. I mean, you're saying them correctly. It's. Yeah, my hat's off to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to try to speak Spanish.
No, I know,
but act like I know what I'm doing. Try to respect everybody.
But some of the songs that you guys play in Spanish, I'm sure you're back up singing in Spanish.
Yeah, and I do try to do like research into what I'm actually saying. If I'm going to sing,
you might as well know
make
what
sure
you're
I
going to
know
say.
exactly what I'm going to say. You know what I mean? That's the point. That's why you sing.
Yeah, right.
You're saying words.
Yeah,
so we got to know those words.
Yeah, what'd you think of the crowd?
Crowd was sick, man. It was great. I mean. There were like Zoot Suit people that were having a good time.
Right.
That was sick.
Yeah.
All the people from Kansas City was cool. We ended up drawing more people than I thought for it being like the first or second set. Like more people were like, "Oh, holy crap, who are these guys?" And we just kept going up there.
And I think that a little bit of the change of style of music kind of brought the people there as well. Because, like I said, everybody was playing kind of like the same stuff.
Yeah.
But then when you guys played something,
I don't know how much trouble I'm gonna get in or who's listening to this, but for sure, I think people were a little tired of accordions by day 3. So the second we come in with some rock stuff, they were like, "Whoa,
right?
Oh, I needed it." And I mean, people told me that, and I think we all kind of just like, it's just to what degree do you want to admit that for going to the Tejano takeover? But screw it, you know what I mean? Everybody had fun.
Yeah,
that's the most important part.
It was a blast. It was also our first time there.
In Vegas, period.
In Vegas,
in Vegas, period. Same.
And
you want to share some stories about what happened outside of the convention? Because I had crazy stuff happen to me, dude.
We'll get to that.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We're not there right now.
No, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Were you able to meet new people like?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like other musicians that come up to you, and how was that? I mean,
I mean, that's the beauty of that sort of stuff is getting to network and hang out with other musicians, and or even we got to see some people that I see a couple times a year, like Max Baca. Max is a really sweet guy. I really like Max. He's from Los Tex Maniacs.
Yeah,
and it's just like. I got to meet all of the Tex Maniacs, but I've just every time Max is in town, we end up like having a drink with me and Tony and him.
Yeah, it's like they come quite a bit, right? I mean,
he works.
Yeah,
that man works. He makes his money. You know what I mean? He's all over the country. He's very, very professional guy. I think he likes Kansas City too. I think he likes the culture. There's some parts of Argentina that I do feel like I see a lot in like the San Antonio area. Like when we've been to San Antonio, I feel. There's some similarities just in like even just like how the buildings are and the infrastructure and just all that sort of stuff. So
those are my stomping grounds.
Yeah, San Antonio.
Right down in Argentina.
In Argentina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Were you able to listen to the other bands play?
Oh yeah, constantly. That's all I did. That's why I was so tired of accordions, dude. Because I made it a point to listen as much as I could.
Okay.
Yeah, especially the Grand Valle. I went through all of the second one and no, it was all of the first one, and I was in and out in the second one because it was the same hotel. which was Vegas and the hotel experience with it being like a giant convention center and everything is like you can kind of just you can go everywhere in the hotel. So it's like go hang out, listen to music, go grab a bite in the same place, go back and listen to more music.
Yeah.
Go upstairs, take a nap. Come back
Go
down.
upstairs, take a nap. That was very important. Naps are
Okay,
important when you're doing conventions and stuff like that.
So you were
I'm
able
telling
to, you were able to find some time to get you some catch up with some Z's there.
No. No, I'm a bad boy. I was smoking cigarettes in the casino a lot. I was like, I don't have to go outside to smoke. This is the best day ever.
I was gonna say, how often do you get to stand or sit inside
And smoke.
some facility
I
and
felt
just smoke?
dirty, like the right type of dirty. I felt great. It'd be 3 a.m. I'm in my PJs and my slippers downstairs, just.
Because you couldn't smoke in the rooms, right?
Oh no,
yeah, none of the
no, and I
rooms.
wouldn't want to. It's pretty gross. That's a when in Rome thing. I don't like smoking inside. You know what
Okay,
I mean?
yeah.
Smoking's a thing to do outside in the summer heat.
Yeah. Yeah. When listening to other bands, I mean, is there anybody in particular that you watch? Like, you're a bass player? Do you watch the bassist play? And
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I see if there's like a standout player, I'll watch that. With my, I don't want to say wisdom, but just with my experience, so I kind of watch how the whole band is.
Okay.
I kind of listen into everybody.
Okay.
I'm a guitar teacher, so I do watch a lot of guitar players and bass players' hands a lot.
Yeah.
More that I play, and I kind of like see good technique. I usually try to just ignore anything that I would think of as like critical or bad. Truly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really, you shouldn't have to waste your breath on like criticizing other musicians. I think, so like I usually just look for the good all the time, every time I see, and I'll listen to everybody. I'll see what the keyboard player's doing. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of being in a band. There's a bunch going on all at once.
Do you play more than just the guitar? Any other instruments?
Bass and guitar are the ones that I would like say I am like a professional at, or like
but
like
you dabbled with drums and
I played tuba a lot in high school.
Oh, okay.
In college, and went to college for tuba as well.
Okay.
Which was, I kind of looked like a tuba player back then. You know what I mean? Then like I have a piano in my house, and I played drums when me and Timmy's first band. I was the drummer.
Oh, okay.
I was the drummer of that band because I was just. I don't know. I was just really big into the drums back then.
That's cool.
It was like right when Rock Band came out, and I was like 12, and they had a little Rock Band drum set, and I learned how to do it there first. And I was like,
Really?
That Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
Something similar to that, right?
Yeah, but the Rock Band had the drum set.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like,
remember.
Mom, I need the drum set because I wanted to play drums. And that's why the bass is kind of where I ended up, because it's a good mix between drums and guitar. It's very rhythm focused, and it's very, in a way, percussive, but it requires the same skill set as the guitar. So it was like at that time, when I was being a drummer, I was like also playing music for like, I was playing like drums for the church that I was going to. I was doing tuba in marching band and ensemble. I was playing bass guitar and jazz band, and I practiced guitar every day. Guitar was kind of the instrument that I've put the most time on. You know what I mean? But it's also the instrument that I don't play out as much. Like I'll play some guitar. I play acoustic guitar nowadays. I'll do like singing and playing at the same time, like solo gigs, like singer-songwriter stuff, But yeah, it's very weird. Just kind of always got the gigs on the bass. It's always been that way.
Okay, so singing is just something to do when you play the guitar?
I like to sing a lot.
Yeah, okay.
I like to sing a lot. Like,
so did you grow up singing? Was
yes.
that also part of your journey?
Yes. I was like the lead singer and the drummer for a while.
Okay, Phil Collins.
But then we found, exactly. Now, then we just found out that the kid who was playing bass with us had a kind of a cooler voice, and he was writing really cool songs. He's a really smart guy.
Are you a writer too?
I do like to write, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could write more.
Not every musician has that though, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's in there for every musician, but there's just a lot of pressure on writing a song. It's a very vulnerable thing because that's how people judge you the most.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I wrote, like, contributed to writing a lot on the first record, and then I wrote an entire tune on the second record.
Okay, I was getting ready to ask you the riding around.
And then
LP.
I have songs that I wrote online right now with like my friend Taylor Smith, and stuff like that. So you can't like look me up on Spotify yet, but that'll happen.
Okay,
that'll happen. I'll have the sad emo singer songwriter record. Then after my first divorce or something, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
No, that's cool stuff, man. Other than the music portion of the trip,
Oh yeah.
I love this. Way to keep us on schedule.
Yeah,
because we love to go places.
Were you able to enjoy Sin City?
Okay, so I'm not really a gambler.
Okay,
Yeah, same.
Nor we.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Now I have the tendency to drink, but when drinks are like $10 plus all the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say on Fremont Street, I got to go and have a $40 double shot drink one day. I was like, wow, 2 shots, $40. Imagine that, you know?
Yeah.
Then first day, I tried to do a lot of walking, tried to save on Ubers and stuff.
Okay.
But
Man, so you were out there in that
here's
heat.
the thing about Las Vegas in July is it was 108 degrees, the sun
Yes.
beating right on you the whole time. So I ended up Ubering.
Oh, okay.
Started walking
down.
at third day. Yeah, third day I went to the only thing that I really did that I really wanted to do was go to a museum. Because like I said, I'm a nerd.
Yeah, no.
It was a museum about atomic bombs because in Nevada, there's a lot of most of the like atomic testing was in Nevada because it's just a barren wasteland forever, you know. So
there's a museum.
there's a really cool museum.
Was
There's
this-
a really cool museum. I got to see like the atomic bombs, like the modern. It's like a B-53 hydrogen bomb. I got to see that like right in front of me. It was obviously diffused, like it wouldn't blow up.
Yeah.
But you know, I got to see a model, like a I don't know if it was a replica or if it was a real casing, but a casing of the bomb that ended up being the Fat Man. That was the first atomic bomb dropped on people. You know what I mean? Looking at like radioactive rocks and a lot of the science behind it. There's also a video game that I really like called Fallout, and they had a like Fallout exhibit within the museum because there's a video
2
game.
for 1.
Yeah, well, there's a video game in the Fallout series based on Las Vegas. It's called Fallout New Vegas.
Okay.
It's about the apocalypse, like after post-nuclear war type stuff, and so you know, I was like, I've played New Vegas since I was like a 15-year-old kid, and I was like, I would really like to go see some New Vegas stuff that I could only see in Vegas. You know what I mean? So that was what I got to do. I got to go down and do that. That was the first day, or that was the second day.
So
And I
this is
walked
solo?
Yeah.
This
You,
is like-
you mean you
Yeah.
couldn't find anybody
I
else
should've
to
been-
go with you?
No.
Nobody wanted to do that.
No.
So was
They're like,
this-
cuz you're going to a museum, and I'm like, yeah. Like, what are you gonna do there? I'm like, I don't look at stuff.
Right.
You know
Look
what I
at
mean?
stuff, read.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
but was this on the agenda? I mean, did you have
it
yourself
was
in the
back
agenda?
of my mind. I told him
On
the
his
second.
agenda.
Yeah,
Right,
the
that's what I'm
second that I
saying.
got in the van, I was like, yo, there's this museum. I'm gonna try to hit it.
Okay, so
Well, there was I guess for a little bit of a peek behind the curtain, there was an expo booth that we got the privilege to work, right? So it was like before the expo, it was just like hand out sticker CDs, get the word out about who we are when we're playing, and then after we play, sell stickers and CDs and talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, just like take pictures with people, meet people, and that was really my favorite part of the whole thing was
Cool.
doing the booth. The second day when I went to the museum, I didn't realize that the convention, that part of it ended till 5. So I went to the museum, walked to the museum halfway, then realized I was going to die. Waited at a gas station and pretended to gamble for an Uber, for an Uber to come to go the rest of the way. And then I Ubered back. It was like I got there at like 4:30, and they'd basically been working that whole day by themselves. And I was like, "Hey guys, museum was cool." They're like, "Cool, you know, we have only got 30 minutes left. Thanks for being here,
man.
dude." You know, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I spent the next day like really trying to hit that.
Make it.
After we played, really trying to just work it and
Yeah.
get the word out and
Yeah.
make sure. And man, that was really cool because at conventions and stuff like that, one of the questions is easy to break the ice with is just be like, "Where are you from?" Right? Because people were coming from everywhere. I mean,
Yep.
there were
That's cool.
obviously a lot of people from Texas,
Yep.
but there was a lot of people from California, Arizona, all the western states. I had people from Idaho. I think the farthest east was like New Jersey or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
So it's
cool.
like, just
Yeah.
take a CD. The further you are
Right.
away from where we are,
Yep.
the more I want you to have the CD. Please take the CD
Yeah.
and show it
Yep,
to
yep.
somebody. If you know.
That's good. Did you guys have both CDs there?
No, we don't even have copies of the second record.
Oh
yet,
yeah, you guys
but
haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll get
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Most people really just dig the first record right now. So.
Okay.
But,
So anything crazy, other than that was the one thing that you did?
okay, so I
Yeah,
did.
Did you witness anything wild?
No.
No?
Well, no, I did. I did get roped into those people that like try to take your picture on the strip. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
you did.
The scantily clad dressed ladies. So I didn't do it on purpose, and I'm just too nice.
Can we
is
put
really
that
what
pic
it is.
right here?
Yeah, I'll send it later.
Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
you
about.
know,
Yeah,
pic.
yeah,
I got more. Those ladies made me take like 60 pictures on my phone. I still got all of them. I don't know why. Well, actually,
That must have cost
no.
quite a bit.
That was the one. I was actually cool with that lady. The one that I posted online on my Instagram. I actually really liked at least the lady. Like she had, like I was eating an In-N-Out. I had like an In-N-Out drink, and she was like, "How was your In-N-Out?" We just like chatting, and she's like showing me pictures of her kids, which obviously she's just trying to get money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's trying.
yeah,
She
trying
can
to be
tell
that
that I'm like a
friend.
nice guy, and she's like immediately like, "This nice guy's this. I'm gonna get this sucker." You know what I mean?
Right.
But the first time, so I'm playing Pokemon Go, which is on your phone.
Yeah.
You're like walking through because
Yeah.
I don't have like I'm not like a Pokemon Go nerd, but I'm like. It'd be cool to try to do that at some place like that's like a memorable walk like the Strip,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Things like that, or like San Antonio Riverwalk,
Yeah.
and play Pokemon Go there, these types of things because it might be cooler stuff.
Okay,
You never
real
know.
quick, Pokemon Go. What is that?
Oh, Pokemon Go is like a game that you want to walk around and visit different places to get the items, and you kind of like catch Pokemon on your phone.
Oh, okay. So that was like what we did a long time ago when it
Yes.
first came
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
We
It
were
started-
driving
it
around the
started
blocks.
2016, yeah. it
Yeah.
started in
Oh, okay.
2016.
So that's still a thing.
Still a thing.
Oh,
Crazy
okay,
10-year
cool.
anniversary is going on right now. Yeah, and I didn't really play it. I played it a little bit when it came out, and I'm like a big Pokemon guy, but I just play other Pokemon games, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really do the cards or anything, but I like what I like when it comes to Pokemon, and I just, like, didn't play Pokemon Go for a
Okay.
while.
Okay.
and
Pokemon
just-
Go. That's cool.
And then, yeah, I just, like, decided to start up in Vegas, so I'm walking, and I'm staring down at my phone, and I'm just, like, walking, playing Pokemon Go. Probably should be looking up more.
I'm thinking
and,
there's
like,
a lot of people there.
yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, well, it was like Tuesday night. It was like 10 p.m. on a Tuesday. So, but it was still very, very, very packed.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
it
But it's
doesn't matter
not
what
like-
day it is.
Yeah, it's not going to be like a Saturday night. I assume Saturday night you're just like sardine shoulder
Sure.
to
Yeah.
shoulder,
Yeah.
like. But
Do sardines have shoulders?
if you look hard enough,
All right.
you could draw some shoulders on some sardines probably.
Yeah.
But I was playing Pokemon Go, and I walked right in front of this girl that was only wearing the little stickers, the little
Yeah.
pasties.
The little pay. Okay.
And
Okay.
she's dressed up like a cop, right? She had like a little police hat and little short shorts or whatever. Was not paying this lady any attention, right? Because I at least knew not to like try to like look at them at all,
Right.
Basically,
No eye
because the
contact.
second they make eye contact with you, it's on. You know. But this lady straight up like puts handcuff over my wrist while I'm looking at my phone. Like she just grabs my phone, and then her other little girlie, her little partner came up, took my phone, and then started asking people for pictures. And she's like, "Come on, take a picture." And I was just too, like, I realized how, like, even for the crazy stuff that I've seen in KC, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because this neighborhood, or not this neighborhood, but this city's not squeaky clean, I would say, but it ain't shit compared to how tough Vegas is, because
Right,
I
right.
was like, I crumbled immediately. I was like, sure, like I'll take the picture.
Okay.
Please don't. I don't want to. I just want to get this over with at this point. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then they're like, they did the whole thing. Like they take like so many pictures, and then they're like, she's like, okay, well, you got to give us money now. And then she goes, well,
yeah.
you're like, you could choose how much money you give us, but we recommend you give us $40 a girl. This is $80 for pictures. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't have cash on me because I'm like a broke musician. I'm here on business, kind of. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I wasn't doing touristy stuff at this point. I
Yeah,
walked
yeah,
to
yeah.
an In-N-Out burger for dinner. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I just happened to be in a touristy place.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she was like, okay, that's cool. I understand you're broke, so maybe you could give us 20 a girl. I was like, sure, just anything to get me out of this. Here's Venmoed him $40. It was like, I just want to go. I just want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
How they do that.
Yeah, I've heard it's
That's
like that.
not-
I haven't been to New York, but I've heard it's like very much
Yeah.
like that in Times
Yeah.
Square. It is aggressive, and I've like heard about it. I knew about it beforehand.
Yeah.
But also, she got me while I was she caught me on an astray. And I didn't want to test anything, but I could feel like Vegas would be the place where somebody could have been working with them that if they didn't pay, there would be some sort of maybe consequence or something.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
would-
I mean?
You come home with only 8 fingers or some shit like that.
Yeah, or just a broken rib cage or something. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't really know. I'm not gonna test it with these ladies. They're from Brazil too, and like Brazilians are kind of hardcore as fuck. You know what I mean? I'm like, God knows.
But see, you wanted to go by yourself. Like, well, nobody wanted to go. So.
But whereabouts were
gotta have
you?
your boys go with you.
On the strip? On the
Yeah,
main
I was
strip,
like, I was probably like, because we were put up at the Westgate, and the In-N-Out was at Caesar's Palace, which is like a 6-mile walk.
Okay, so yeah,
I was
so
about
close to the strip. Then.
Yeah, I
All
was on the strip,
Yeah.
probably like maybe 2 blocks away from Caesar's Palace.
Okay. So then we were in that same area where a girl whipped you.
Oh, and tried to force you to pay.
Well, no, we
there
kept
was
walking.
yeah.
I was like,
No,
You
you
know,
know
they
what?
try
But it was
to-
the same type of girls.
Yeah,
They goad you into it. Yeah, they try
Right.
to.
Yeah, so
Right.
as we're walking, I see her walking our way,
Mm-hmm.
and so she has her hands up above her head, but she's holding this whip.
Yep.
So I kind of make eye contact with her, but not really at her, just kind of like looking at her, looking behind to see which way we're walking, and she walks right beside me and just whap. And I kind of just jumped up.
I should have charged her.
Did you see,
That's what I should have
did you
did.
see if she was dressed like a cop? Because it might have been.
And then-
I think her name was Mireya.
I don't know, who knows? We just kept.
My old no, it was Marisol. It was my old friend Marisol the cop.
So we just kept walking, and I tell Sam, I said, that chick that just walked by just whipped me in the ass with the whip. But no, I won't go turn around because then she would have. Who knows what could have been?
She would have found a way. to get money
I found
out
a
of
way.
you.
Yeah, money.
That's the thing that I kind of unfortunately learned about Vegas. Like the big recap is, it is very much about how much money you have, and people really want to get money out of you. In that time. You know what I mean? It was like. If it felt like the restaurants I went to, this could be biased because I didn't have a lot of money and I just didn't get to do a lot, hang out in the hotel room and smoke cigarettes in the casino, right? But I felt like I didn't get like as many like water refills at every restaurant. All the portions were like skimpy as hell.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, there's like the Chinese restaurant that was like attached to the Benihana of the place, and I swear to God, I was getting like 7 General Tso chicken chunks of like chicken thigh like this, and then like 1 piece of broccoli.
Nah.
No refills on the water the whole time.
Huh.
And it was like $35 at the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like $30 after you tip, or you know what I mean? There's like, which is just like, I'm just like, okay. And it's like, I started to wonder, like, started to get in my head. I was like, is it just because like I'm ordering water and not dressed like a big tipper? You know what I mean? And I don't know how much of that is, but I have worked as a server, and like I will say sometimes servers have preconceived notions about people based on how they appear, and how they're going to tip. So, maybe if I go to Vegas again, which I actually am going to go in October with another band, I'm going to play there for a little bit.
Okay.
When I go
In October this year.
yeah, pack a suit. And then order a Coke and see if I get free refill, or see if I get refills on that freaking Coke. You know what I mean?
Or just wear
And
the
then,
just wear the
tip them less.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. This is for last time, you sons of bitches.
just wear the coat.
That's funny.
That's yeah, because my next question was if you're going to go back next summer, but shit, you just got done saying you're going to go in October, but
I would like to go back next summer
as
for
far
the
as training.
Tejano convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would like
Do it
to.
all again.
I would like to do more than the Tejano convention, clearly, but you got to take what you could get and start somewhere.
And it was the first time, so we were just testing the waters. Like, okay, what could we do next time?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm immediately wiser after those 5 days. I feel like I know what I'm gonna do, and more importantly, I know what I'm not gonna do next time.
You know that monorail was really nice. 'Cause
You took it?
Yeah. It took us. I mean, that was the way to go.
You went and saw Kenny Chesney at the Sphere.
No, we did do the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
We
Hell
did that,
yeah.
but we did take a drive, or not a drive, but we took
Did
the
you take
monorail.
any acid when you did saw the Wizard of Oz?
Oh, it almost felt like
Freak
you were
out,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah. Sounds like a bad trip, man.
Yeah.
I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Right.
No, but we did. We did the monorail. We went to the MGM Grand. What did we saw Caesar's Palace and while
But
we were
why
on
did
that
we go
side.
to MGM?
Oh well, I mean we've already talked about that, but we went to go see the Jabberwockies.
Oh, right on. The
dance
dancing?
crew.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was cool.
Right on.
Yeah,
The
it was
MGM's
better.
probably really sick too.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
like
this
a-
is what I learned about Vegas is I thought, it was all about casinos, but they were like malls,
Yeah.
Shopping malls.
shopping malls. I was just like,
Yeah.
wow, okay.
I looked up a little bit about it because like I said, my dad's from Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
My mom used to vacation a lot in Vegas before she had me. And they spun this. They told me this tale of this beautiful land where you can do whatever you want and you can eat at any buffet all around the city.
That's right.
And you could go and
When the buffets
you
were
could go
around,
see
right?
anybody play. All the good people are playing.
Oh.
And it's like, yeah. Well, it turns out what happened is Caesar's Palace and MGM bought up all the competitors and became two main competitors. And at the same time, they transitioned from the mob adjacent go out in Sin City, they turned it into more of a family resort style.
Yes.
And the resort structure allowed for more high dollar family tourism
Yeah.
that has
Yes.
kind of become the predominant like buying factor. Like the main mover of Vegas now is not gambling, it's everything else.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And so that was through your research before you went?
Yeah, it was after because I was like, "What the hell just happened?"
Okay,
you know
okay,
what I mean?
yeah.
Because I was like, "What the shit?" Like I thought I was gonna go eat a breakfast buffet. There's like 2 now left in the city, and they're both $75.
Oh, man. Yeah.
They used the legend is, and I was like, after a while, I was asking every local and every Uber driver that I would like get a little bit of time with. I'm like, how do you feel about Vegas right now? And they all say the same shit. They're like, everybody that came here is like from another place now. It's
Yeah.
like it's all people from California that come in.
Foreigners there,
And
too. I
and
saw that.
everything's getting incredibly expensive there because of the competition. Yeah, and it's just about how much money you have, which is like it's always been that way. But Vegas used to be like, if you were like a high roller gambler, first of all, money went a lot further back then. $1 just went further back then.
Right.
But if you were like a high roller gambler, everybody knew your name, and you could get cool things, you could get cooler rooms and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And now to be a high roller gambler, you got to push like maybe $1 million, maybe 500,000, but somewhere in the hundreds of thousands or maybe even tens of thousands to gamble, which people do that in Vegas.
Right.
And those people still get treated in the way that people got treated in the old days of Vegas, where it's like, you get rooms or resorts, or you want to go freaking go to the desert and do crazy stuff, ride a helicopter, all that stuff, like
Yeah.
all of that now is like you have to be in the like 100,000
Yeah.
club to do it.
I so agree with you with the family part because I was like, why are all these kids here? Like kids running around.
Yep. Yeah, it's really weird. It's
And
really
I'm like,
weird. They
this
had
is
a
the casino. I thought it's 21 and over. And,
well,
but
did you guys stay at the Westgate with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a girls basketball
Yes.
Tournament,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
like a tournament, which
Yeah.
was like that was really weird to see a bunch of like children.
yes.
And I'm like smoking a cigarette, got a Coors Light in my hand, like watching them walk by, and excuse me, miss. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was it's a Vegas is in a little bit of an identity crisis, I think.
Yeah.
I think you know what I mean?
Yep.
Truly.
So yeah, my mind was blown because I'm with you. Like
Yeah.
I had this idea of what it would look like, and just from past stories and movies and stuff like that. And then when we got there, I was like, this is not what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to feel less crazy then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Because
I
that
agree
was
with
that was
you.
my
Just-
first time, and all the other people had been to Vegas before, and they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
duh,
no.
that's what Vegas is now." And I'm like,
Yeah.
this can't be." So yeah, no, on the van ride home especially, I put my earbuds in, and I was like, I'm gonna look up like all the YouTube videos and all the like things I can about why Vegas is how it is these days. Because
Okay.
I personally just thought it was too damn expensive. You know what I mean? Like I went down to the little corner store by the elevators to get
Yeah.
up to the rooms. it's like water was $5, and the bag of chips that I bought a bag of Munchies. Because I started to run out of money, and I was like, I need to eat cheap. So I bought a bag of chips, and the motherfucker was $11.
Okay, so that's why we went and did a Walmart run.
Yeah.
And we had all of that stuff in our room so that we didn't have to spend.
Yeah. Another insight is our van, the stranded van.
Literally left you guys
almost stranded. Almost
Is
stranded.
it still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it ran out of AC. There might be a leak in the hose.
So that was on the way there.
Yeah, and then AJ and he kind of was just like, well, can't really drive the thing around because we tried to the first day, and we actually did go to Walmart, but we didn't buy. That's a hindsight thing for sure. Next time,
yes,
we'll take advantage of the Walmart. But yeah, we went to Walmart the first day, and we like loaded up everybody, and boy, oh boy, it was like
for drinks.
No, it was as soon as we got there, it was like 8:30 in the morning, and we wanted to go get breakfast and then go to Walmart and stuff just to like grab I needed like sunscreen.
Oh,
because
okay.
As the resident white guy, I didn't realize the pool party was gonna be that night or something. Like I didn't think of the logistics, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to bring sunscreen or something like that. I just knew I needed sunscreen because I was gonna be in the pool in the desert. I was like, I need sunscreen.
Yes.
You don't understand.
Yes.
So that was the thing I got out of the Walmart. But like, man, just being in the van with no AC at like 9:30 by the time we got to the Walmart after breakfast, it was like hot. We were like, like we all like waited out in the shade, like outside of the van for everybody to get done in the Walmart. Like nobody. It was chaos.
Miserable.
So if we would have driven around, I think that would have been a little like if we had the van to go take errands. But you also we want to save on gas.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not gonna just like use it as a leisure vehicle, so to speak. It's very much a business vehicle.
Yeah. So of course, speaking of the drive home and whatnot. Speaking of home. Let's get into your childhood real quick. Yeah. Okay. So born and raised in.
I was born in the North Kansas City Hospital.
Okay.
I spent like a couple years, like until I was 2. I lived in Claycomo. My mom's from Missouri.
Okay, so you guys born and raised.
Yeah.
Born in Missouri.
Yeah. Well, I moved to Wyandotte County when I was like 3.
Okay.
I was born in Missouri but raised in Wyandotte County most
definitely. Okay.
Most definitely. I grew up right over by the. It used to be Checkered Flag. Now it's Tarahumaras on Merriam. I had a house over there.
You're right down the street.
Yep, right down the road. Right, and I moved to Turner, so I live right up the road from Amigos now. So I'm like right by you. I'm right by you guys. It's gonna take me 3 minutes to go home.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you're a mid 90s, early 2000s kid.
Yeah. For sure 2000s kid.
Yeah.
Most definitely 96.
Yeah. How well do you remember your childhood?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I had a pretty good childhood. Like it was like me and my mom and my little brother. Didn't really have a dad. Had a couple stepdads here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mostly just my mom. She worked in Riverside as a seat maker for the General Motors.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
And it was pretty good. I mean, I was always musical, but I was really just like I was just a big nerd back then too. Like I was playing a lot of games. Mom always made sure I had games to play.
Consider yourself an indoor or outdoor kid?
I was a hybrid. I kind of became more of an indoor kid later on. But I was outside a lot. I had
especially playing around with the neighborhood kids, like sword fighting and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good with that. Pick up a stick and just start wielding that motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's how. I was real big into scooters and bikes and rollerblades.
Okay. I mean, what did you own? Did you own a bike, a scooter?
I had all of them mugs. Yeah, I ended up because we were garage sale families. You know what I mean? We were a Craigslist family. So we didn't have a new thing ever, but we always had good shit because my mom knew how to finesse the people, haggle them on Craigslist. So it was like, I had a mongoose bike as a kid. That was a pretty big accomplishment for a 2000s kid.
Yeah.
I had a Razor scooter. I think we got that one at a thrift shop or something. Found it on the side of the road. Had to replace the wheels or whatever.
Okay.
Got real good at that. I got pretty big into rollerblading right after that. I had a pair of rollerblades.
Okay, so did you start off with skates and then the rollerblades, or just straight rollerblades?
I guess it was like
I would say rollerblades are more for outdoor,
right?
And the skates were
indoor. Skates were indoor for sure, because we'd have the skate parties.
Okay, so that's
because I lived in Turner, but I went to because my mom always kind of had to have a babysitter, and I went to school wherever the babysitter was. So I went to USD 500 for pretty much all of my education until I went to Turner. I went to Wellborn first, and then I went to TA Edison, and then there was like Grant Elementary was the other one that I did. Okay. And then I moved when I went to middle school. I went to Midland Trail Elementary for Turner, and then Turner Middle and High.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a lot of USD 500, a lot of moving around. And I forgot what was the point I was trying to get to.
Roller skating.
Yeah, man.
The
You'd
skate
have
parties.
the Wellborn skate parties, man. That was such a good time. That was such a good time. Right by that Chinese buffet, the Lucky Chinese buffet. That was our Chinese buffet
state.
On Parallel. No, Parallel. I think it is state. I think
between
it is
state and Parallel.
Yeah. That was our stomping grounds. Yeah, one was Skate World and one was Skate City.
Yeah,
I just remember that. I can't remember which one was which. But yeah, that was like a big deal for me, man.
It was behind the Kmart.
Yep, behind Kmart. And it came. Now, that's where I got my COVID shot now. But yeah, it was a Kmart back then. My mom apparently worked at that Kmart once upon a time.
Yeah. We used to go to that Kmart.
The building's still there.
Building's still there. Yeah.
I think it still even says Kmart.
Yeah, like barely.
It's
right.
all
crazy because the Kmart over on Shawnee Mission Parkway, that mug is gone. There's a Shake Shack in there now. I said, what the hell?
Shake Shack apartments.
There's a Shake Shack in those apartments. I swear.
Yeah,
I swear. Like a Shake Shack, like from California Shake Shack. Okay. There's like the two Shake Shacks in Kansas City are the Plaza and Antioch and Shawnee Mission Parkway.
Town museum. Yeah.
I know, right?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they're like, I mean, they're appealing to cheese players or something with those apartment complexes. You know what I mean? Because I'm like never in my life, like, and that is like I thought that was like a better neighborhood growing up, and I'm like now it's like that's an untouchable neighborhood. I feel just poor being around those people. And now they open up what is it? They're doing a.
Oh yeah, Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's
right there.
across the street.
I'm actually excited for that. I'm about to be living like a 3-minute drive to the Trader Joe's. That's gonna be a good time. I'm getting all the fancy stuff. I'm getting all the fancy stuff. Give me some low carb noodles.
There you go. So going back to the old neighborhood, did you have do you remember your very first friend?
Yeah.
Who's that?
His name was in the Wyandotte neighborhood. I guess I felt like my cousins were like my first friend, like pre-Wyandotte. But when I started to have neighborhood friends, it was in that neighborhood in Wyandotte, and it was like this kid named Logan. Shout out Logan. I'm sure you're probably still in Wyandotte County hanging out somewhere. You know what I mean? I forget his last name too, which is oof. And I had this kid named Anthony that I was real friends with. And actually, there's a guy. His name's Jason. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say his last name.
Why not? Voorhees?
No. His name's Jason Rivera. Shout out Jason Rivera. Okay. We grew up together, and we kind of like connected a couple years ago, like way later in life. Yeah, I was there. Like he had tragically his dad passed. And it was kind of like one of my first times ever seeing somebody like have that like conversation about death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was Jason's dad, which is like a really weird trip to like you see this man when you're like 24, 25 and realize that you're like, oh, your dad was the first person who I ever like saw die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very existential stuff for a kid, but every kid's got to do it. Neighborhood kids, the community. That's that's kind of what I thought was really cool.
So these are guys that you met there in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they all had houses in the neighborhood. Yeah, we were all neighborhood kids. We were running around. We used to like go off in the woods because that area is kind of woody. Yeah. You know, so we like go around the woods and like. We used to like go like make stuff out of like one of them was like a real artsy kid, and he was like found out that like there was like some clay in the mud kind of over in that area, so we were like making stuff out of the mud from around there, which was really sick, like making cool wizard staffs and swords and hitting each other. Right? And yeah, we used to.
That was the best time.
It was the best time. I was actually talking about there's like a building over there, and there's this big old ledge, and then there was like a dumpster, and we used to like see who could snot rocket the furthest, try to hit the dumpster from the back. I was like, oh man, I wonder if kids still do like gross stuff like that. I hope they do. You know?
I was gonna
if we get them outside.
If
maybe?
we get them outside.
I was gonna ask you what's one of the craziest things you did as a kid, and shooting snot rockets to see who could.
Man. Yeah,
see who could do it the furthest has got to be.
The thing that I like to brag about too is just the amount of times I ate shit on whatever I was riding.
Whatever
like, the bike or the scooter, like the amount of road rash I got, just like being a hardy kid, or like, I mean, otherwise, really, I was like, I was always well behaved. You know what I mean? I never wanted to get in trouble because my mom was a scary lady. You know what I mean? Now I could beat her up, but back then she could beat me up. So.
Easy. Come on. Let's not go that far.
I would never. No, she's a sweet lady.
Yeah.
Man.
Did you ever have a favorite toy or an action figure?
I was a Game Boy kid.
Game Boy?
I had a Pikachu stuff. I have a stuffed Pikachu that I still have.
You still have it?
Still have it in my room.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was like it was like a Toys R Us thing, and I remember like it was like all over the Cartoon Network commercials. Back in the 2000s. It was like get this is the smartest Pikachu plush ever. You know, it was like an electronic one. And the electronics don't work on it anymore. But I remember like just telling my mom about it, and my mom she got it for me for Christmas. I was probably like 5 or 6. I was like so stoked for the Pikachu thing.
Yeah.
And I still got that mug. But I mean, you know,
That's cool, man.
I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards back then, which now I'm a grown man playing Magic cards. So it's like that has carried over from childhood.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was like always on. I had a Game Boy, and then I had a DS, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, really grateful to my mom for that. You know what I mean? She always gave me stuff. She always made sure that I was occupied.
Yeah.
And,
So you're the same age as our oldest mod.
Yeah.
Mario, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He's
The 96 baby.
Yeah.
Just like you, right?
96, yep. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
you guys,
Because you and Timothy went to school together, right?
yes, graduated, same class, same year, and all that. Yep.
Timothy played basketball for me. I coached back in the day.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Nice.
of course we knew his mom and dad, and I know all of Timothy's uncles and Anna, and I know all of them.
Yeah,
So.
they're the best.
Yeah.
They kind of helped raise me a little bit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're definitely part of the village.
But you guys didn't meet him. You didn't.
We met in
high school?
8th grade.
Oh, 8th grade. Okay.
Like 7th, 8th grade, we became best friends in 8th grade
Oh, okay.
for sure. We did the 8th grade talent show together.
Did you guys-
Timmy probably told you that's his first gig. This is our first gig.
Trying to remember
was
if he did,
the little
yeah.
8th grade talent show we did for Turner.
Would you
Middle.
guys play? What
We
song?
played Everlong by the Foo Fighters with no drummer. I was on bass and I sang, and it was my friend Jacob and Timmy, and they played guitar.
That's
Really
cool.
good band. Yeah.
Is it on video? Is it on YouTube? Can we find it?
No, man. It was like right at that time. I mean, your oldest was also in 8th grade. It was like you had to have like memory cards and the cameras. It was like the phone videos weren't that good back then. You know what I mean? Right before the iPhone started giving good phone videos.
Right.
and
No.
stuff, you know
I
what
remember
mean?
we had the video camera.
Yeah, and the video camera with the card, and then the card would run out, and it's like even those kind of sucked. You know?
I mean,
they were
before
good
that,
videos.
we had the little 8mm tapes.
Yeah, I
and
remember the
we had-
camcorders. The camcorders, that was a cool era. I thought the camcorder video, honestly, was pretty high quality.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Because that digital stuff kind of got worse, I thought, for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the childhood home, it's still being used, or
The one on off of Merriam, it's still there. I drive by it all the time. I don't know who lives there now.
okay,
but
so it's,
I live in the one that we moved into from Turner. I still live in that one.
Oh, you
my
sure?
mom moved out of it. I'm like
that's your.
living in it now. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's kind of my house.
What'd you do? Tell mom get to step in, or what?
No, my mom, my grandma lived out in this place called Cowgill, Missouri, which is like almost like East Central
Cowgill, Missouri.
Cowgill, yeah.
Oh,
it's
Cowgill.
It was basically she had like an 80-acre farm out there with,
Oh, wow.
with my grandpa. And
Okay.
I was like, another reason why I was an outdoor kid because I spent a lot of time on the farm. growing
Okay,
up.
cool.
So like I had that like city country city thing going on. A lot,
Okay.
too, you know
Lucky
what I mean?
you
Like,
to
yeah,
have that
honestly,
experience.
yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree because it was very cool. Like there was a pond, so I got to learn how to fish pretty early.
Yeah.
You know, I went hunting, didn't like it.
Really?
You know what I mean? I didn't like being cold. You know what I mean? You're sitting there
Oh.
waiting around for a damn deer to show up
okay.
in the cold. I was like, screw this. I want to play Game Boy. Like, you cannot play Game Boy. You can't make noise.
True.
You know what I mean? You know? I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll just go play Game Boy inside. Screw you guys. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, my grandma, when she, you know, her health started to decline, my mom moved out of the
Okay.
house to go be
Okay.
with her. Then
Yeah.
my brother I would say I'm more city, he's more country. Is kind of
okay.
the thing. So he was really stoked to go out in the country. He's still out there. So now it's my mom and him out in the country, and I'm here in the city taking care of the city
And
house.
how much younger is your brother?
4 years.
4 years.
So he was born
Okay.
in 2000.
Okay.
So or 2001.
Okay.
No, 2000. It was
2000.
2000. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's the country and you're the city.
Kind of, yeah. He's like a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
He just kills it. He's the
That's
way that I
awesome.
approach music, he definitely approached cars pretty early on. Like it was like, you know, I was like 4 or 5.
Well, then, damn it, I'm gonna say he's a hell of a mechanic.
I'll
Then.
give you his number.
Yeah.
If you need something, he'll do it. He's a great mobile mechanic. He got Snap-on tools. Oh, shout out my brother. Shout out my brother as long as it doesn't kill your ads. Maybe we'll get him to do some ads on the podcast.
There we
That'd
go.
Be cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So were you that geek in high school then?
Oh yeah, but I was like, I had
Cool
a
geek?
thing about me. I had a charm. I could blend in with anybody. You know what I mean? I was like, for
You
sure,
were like that chameleon.
a little bit, yeah, for sure. I was like the band kid. You know what I mean? Because I've been in music, like you know, ever since I was little. It was just everybody kind of knew I was going to be a musician.
First tell me, where did you get it from? Mom, dad? No?
No idea.
No idea? Yeah.
No idea. I mean, my mom always listened to good music, I would say. My mom's got a good taste in music. She's got a really good taste. Dad, not around at all.
Oh, that's right.
Nobody in that family really does music.
Okay.
You know, in fact, every time I go visit that family, they're like, oh, you're a musician? What else do you do? You know? Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of that, you know?
Okay, yeah. So before we get into that, what was it that your mom, is there a song? Is there what kind of music did she listen to that if you hear it today, you'd be like, oh, I remember when Mom used to.
My mom was actually kind of my biggest connection to a lot of the Mexican music.
Oh, really?
So, yes, she always liked it. She didn't know a word of what they were saying.
Right, but it just.
She liked the rhythms.
Yeah,
she liked
Spanish.
the culture. She liked the clubs. You know what I mean? She used to go to hang out at the Rainbow. She had a lot of
Oh,
friends.
okay, yeah.
A lot of friends.
The Rainbow Center.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We'd go be babysit. There used to be that trailer park on Merriam Lane.
Okay.
Right? It's not there anymore. My mom had a friend. She's not around. She's not with us anymore. But her name's Patty. And Patty's oldest daughter, Letty, would babysit all of us while they all went to the Rainbow and hung out until 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we do like the normal trailer park stuff. You know, watch movies we shouldn't watch, really scary stuff, and go around and go pick on bugs and snakes and go flip over rocks and all that stuff. You know?
Yeah,
you know.
you got my mind flipping a little bit because you said a lady named Patty. I have an aunt named Patty. We call her Patti, and she has a daughter named Letty.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, are we talking about the same? Yeah.
No. She's my mom's age, so she's you guys' age, I'd assume.
Yeah.
If you guys are probably closer to
Yeah. No, my aunt's a little
she's
older.
older,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was just kind of trippy. I was like, whoa.
That is trippy. That is trippy. Well, you know, Mexicans only got a couple names, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So
I mean, I'm a white guy named Matt, so I can't really talk to you.
we can call you Mateo.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I get called a lot. I get called it a lot. I do not mind it. I do like it.
When you get called Mateo?
That's like Timmy's family addresses me as Mateo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
for sure. A lot of like,
You
yeah,
don't
just like a lot of people that like grew up Spanish as a first language. If I tell them to call me Mateo, they like really dig that. They're like, I'll just call you that because it's easy. It's more like it's on the tongue for them. Like, I have a friend from Peru that I work with at my teaching job. And I was like, hey, you can call me Mateo if you want, dude. And he like heard me play bass, and he was like, oh yeah, you could be called Mateo. You know what I mean? Like he was like, he could do it. I like did a gig for him.
You don't have that tat on you, Mateo?
I
Anyway?
might.
You might have it, or you might want
I
it.
might get it. I don't know. I gotta figure out what I'm doing with the right arm. You know, tattoos are expensive though, man.
Yeah.
They are.
We could talk tattoos here in a little
Hang
while.
on, I need to ask.
All right.
Teaching. I've heard you say that a couple times.
Yeah, I teach at a place called Music House. It's a school in 3 locations. All 3 of them are in Johnson County, but they're kind of in all the different spots, so it brings in a lot of people from everywhere. I teach like guitar lessons and bass lessons, and teach classes and like chaperone bands. Like you know, do a lot of stuff for them. That's what I just got done doing.
Yeah.
Right before I got here, I was teaching.
Why, do you know somebody that needs guitar lessons?
I'm kind of the guy.
Yeah.
Kind of the guy. Hit me up.
Because Timothy's also said, yeah, let me know. If you buy a guitar, let me know. I'll help you. Timothy, I'm still waiting on you. All right, Mateo.
Yeah,
Mateo, we may have to talk a little bit.
Yeah. I teach.
But I want to learn
You
to
go
play.
from ages to what?
My youngest right now is a 3rd grader,
Oh, okay.
but I've taught as young as kindergarten,
Oh,
like in like a group class setting
Yeah.
for guitar. You know, usually just really adorable little children, and you're just kind of getting them really used to it, and just getting them in the culture, taking it easy, playing a lot of hangman and stuff with them. You know what I mean? Just being like cool with them at that age. But then I also teach retirees. I teach seniors. I teach people with arthritis, and it's like that part of the job might feel maybe sometimes more a little bit on the like physical therapy, but also, you know, there's a mentorship aspect that, you know, a lot of sometimes, like, especially the older students, like, maybe they just need a friend type situation, you know, or, you know, a lot of times, yeah, it's just like helping them ease into using their hands more than they normally would, which is a very, very, very big deal if you're struggling with chronic pain from arthritis. You know what I mean? Because it's a huge thing. You know, guitar can be very good for your fingers. It could also be very bad if you don't do it right. You know, just like
so
typing.
it can cause arthritis.
Oh yeah,
if you don't do it right.
Carpal tunnel,
or carpal tunnel.
Yeah,
okay.
all of that. Yeah, all of the things, like all of the. From my era, we had typing class. I don't know if we do typing anymore. I don't know how
they don't do typing anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame, I think, a little bit, because, but I mean, yeah, who knows? Because, well, you know, mouse and keyboard, the kids still use keyboards. You know what I mean? Because if they get a like a PC, a lot of them want a game on a PC, they're gonna end up using it. But you know, a lot of the reason why they did that was to prevent kids from messing up their wrists typing inappropriately and getting, you know, carpal tunnel was like it was almost like a fear thing for a while for a lot of the like, you got to do this or you'll get carpal tunnel. And guitar is kind of a similar thing. Like you work on it to prevent giving yourself chronic problems for sure. You know, that's why there's a little bit of a value for being a guitar teacher, more than just like, let me guide you towards the, you know, how to learn stuff on your own. Because realistically, we have the internet. I taught myself how to play guitar. I didn't take any lessons. I didn't take a single lesson. My mom could not afford lessons.
Right.
It was buy the guitar, and then that's it. You know what I mean? I had an uncle that taught me how to look up, like, how to get the resources, because he was a guitar player. So he was a little bit of a sounding board, but I only saw him a couple times a year. You know what I mean? I would see him and I'd be like, look what I learned, and he'd be like, that's sick, dude, check this out. You know, he was a good guy. Definitely helped me out a little bit. He was
that's cool,
the closest I had to a musical mentor, but really I was on my own. I was just determined and hungry, even from a little age. I'm like, I'm gonna learn guitar, I'm gonna kick ass at it. You know what I mean? That's my thing. That's always what I've been. I've always been that way. Try to be consistent. Even now that I'm 30, I'm like, I'm still the same guy. Just you gotta work for it. You gotta work, you gotta practice, you can't just sit around and expect stuff to happen.
Exactly.
You know?
How long have you been at that job? How long have you been teaching?
I've been teaching there. I will start year 4 in January.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like 3 years in right now. Like almost 3 full years, I guess.
Okay.
So yep, man. I mean, I've done quite a bit for that school. I'd say I've done a lot of teaching. I've done you know, they have like a band program in there, and I've managed to get a band from like just starting off in their first level, and every kid in that band is progressed through the curriculum and is now at the point where they're like ready to leave music house now. You know what I mean? It's like I saw them their whole high school career a little bit. You know, some of them, like, I think, well, the oldest is a junior. He started when he was a freshman. The youngest is an 8th grader, and it's like a lot. You know, that kid started when he was like 6th grade or something. But you know, it's like the music house thing. You know, they kind of want you to eventually have to stop taking lessons to go out and do music somewhere else. Go be part of the broader music community, and not necessarily the music house community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is the end goal for a lot of musicians. You know, a lot of music schools should be that way. You would think you know, if you know, because of how money hungry everybody is, you'd want them to be like, we want you to take lessons indefinitely so you can keep giving us money. But it's like, nah, man, you only need like 4 or 5 years of guitar lessons. And then at that point, you should be able to go find your own path, and whatever that path is. You know what I mean?
But there's not too many opportunities at the high school level for guitar players, right?
Not in like public school, high school. No, there's just jazz band.
Oh, that's the only.
Just jazz band for most high schools. Now, I have heard of a couple guitar classes in high school. There was a couple of that style of pedagogic class in college. There were like group guitar classes. But yeah, a lot of times for it to be like rock band stuff, it has to go through these other businesses like Music House. Or like another example is a competitor called like School of Rock is another one that does a similar thing, where it's like you come in and it's a safe place for kids to like jam out on their guitars together, and you know, not have not be exposed to maybe the other the other two parts of the whole blank and rock and roll. You know what I mean?
I was going to bring up that the movie, The School of Rock.
Yeah.
Isn't that with the Jack Black?
Boy, oh boy, the Jack Black comparisons that I get all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, I loved that movie. When I was a kid, I saw that movie for the first time. That changed. You know, that was a big moment. I remember because hell yeah, it's a great movie. It stands alone still, man. It's a great movie. Yeah, School of Rock.
That's cool. So you taught today? Today you had a class, right?
Yep, I had taught my band, and then I had 3 students. Wednesday's like my short day because they usually go out and do rehearsals or podcasts or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the bar. Just go to the bar after. Work. Monday I hit it really hard. Monday I work 2:30 to 9, and then Tuesday I work like 3:30 to 9, and then Tuesday I work like 4 to 7. Kind of wrap it up.
So you truly have a schedule of a band, somebody that's in a band. Like you just work evenings.
Yeah, and it's every day of my life
because
too.
if you're not playing in your own band, you're teaching, but it's evenings. It's okay.
Yep, yeah, I really don't need to wake up until like 11 or noon, and it's kind of sick.
Yeah,
it's a bragging point for me.
Yeah,
one of the things that makes
living
me
that
unique.
life. Yeah,
yeah, hell yeah, bedtime's 4 a.m.
Yeah, and I can't even think about that. Yeah.
Well, you're a teacher, right?
Right, and so gotta be up at 6, and that sucks.
Yeah, my dad's a bus driver, so there's multiple. Almost every morning, I'm going to bed and I'm telling him good morning. Like he's getting up to start his day, and I'm winding down. Like got my slippers on, having my last smoke of the evening or something. You know
Your last smoke.
You know, real classy stuff. 4:00 in the morning out in Wyandotte County. You know what I mean? Out on the front porch, watching people drive to work, and I'm like, "Hey, neighbor,
going to bed."
Going to bed. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
For
so.
Sure.
A bass player for Stranded. You also play the bass for these the other bands.
Yeah, I play with another band called Low Pressure System a lot. That's a
System.
really good band. That's like an original band. We play a lot of like kind of more a different type of cover band stuff for like Tin Roof and kind of some of the more like like Westport adjacent clubs around the city. But we like to do a lot of original music with those guys. Low Pressure System. The main songwriter, his name's Dylan Guthrie. I've known him kind of since I was real little too. He's a Lawrence cat, so I saw him a lot when I was in Topeka, because in Topeka you go to Lawrence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I was in Topeka, I was catching him and a lot of those acts and then he moved to Kansas City, and right around the pandemic they started that band, and they needed a bass player, and I became the guy.
So how many bands have you played in at one time?
I mean,
like you're currently on 2 different bands.
There was a while where I was doing 4 at one time. Right now I'm in 2 serious bands, and I've got like 2 side projects.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, just like it's not like a side project where I put like a super amount of energy in, but I'll come in and play bass and help write original music for other people and do that, and expect to play like maybe a couple times a year. Sometimes a lot of those projects don't pan out, but it's like for me, I'm still just playing, learning, flexing the writing chop, trying to do it. Now, sometimes I feel like it might be too much work. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm kind of maybe as I'm becoming 30 and not in my 20s, I feel maybe a little bit more tired, a little bit like more choosy about what I want to spend my time. But for sure, as a musician, I've spent a lot of time just like going after it, just doing whatever.
Yeah.
You don't really want to think about money. Because if you start playing the numbers game, it's not really going to work out for you. Right. So you just want to do, and then just kind of trust that what you learn will attribute to having a better living in the future, whatever that entails. Right. Which is a huge thing. It's very, very, very interesting and nuanced. But yeah, I think at the most I've had I was probably in like 6 projects, and I'm taking like fill gigs, I guess you could call them. Like if somebody needs a bass player last minute for whatever reason, the bass player canceled, or even guitar player. I've done it on subbed on guitar a couple times. Like sub gigs, I'll just do it just to play.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of how you make your living. A lot of times, especially like in like the blues scene and stuff, where it's like kind of all the same standard catalog and a bunch of the same music. Or blues is very repetitive genre, and like harmonically, it's very similar. For the songs are similar, apart from each other. Like it's pretty easy to fill those gigs, and you kind of become like I've been very fortunate enough to like build a little bit of a reputation around town as having a sharp enough ear and being good enough in a setting where I'm uncomfortable that they're like, just hire him. He'll make you sound good even if you don't know who he is. And
okay. So that's how. Just thinking about this. Are you a what do you call auditory learner?
Yeah, always have been.
Or do you read music? Or
I can read music.
Because if you have to just go in and help somebody, you may not have practiced that song.
I prefer to use my ears.
Okay.
For sure. When it comes to like using the technical term would be like music theory, right? Like understanding what is happening with the sounds as they happen, and bass is very important for the role of music theory. So it's just always been something that that's like what I studied in college was music theory, and that's like what I really tried hard to do when I was in college was learn everything.
Okay.
And it's like Kansas City's a jazz city, so it's a lot about improvising and using your ears. And I had the jazz part pretty much as soon as I joined jazz band in school. Like I was going to some very hip camps, and seeing a lot of just real heavy hitters in the city from a real early age because of the school, which is very important. I think very important for a lot of it. Like I just saw on Monday at Music House I was teaching, and I saw a guy who had a big influence on me. His name's Rod Fleeman. He's a really killing guitar player in Kansas City. He's like one of the better guitar players I've ever seen. And me and Timmy, we were in a jazz camp together, and he came up to us like while we were like waiting on Timmy's mom to pick us up or something like that. Yeah. And he came in, and he was like, I had like a Zeppelin shirt. Timmy had an AC/DC shirt on. He was like, I like you kids. He was like, I was very similar to you guys. Like I started playing guitar because I wanted to be a rock and roller, and he was like, just know that like you're gonna come in and do. You're gonna play rock and roll, but you should try to learn more. You should try to do more than just rock and roll. Try to learn how take this jazz stuff maybe a little bit more serious than you should, because you'll never know where life will take you. Yeah. He's like, never quit and always change. And I'm like, that's some profound ass advice to give to like 2 8th graders. You know what I mean? And then I saw him the other day, and I was like, hey, do you remember that moment? And he said he remembered it. He's like, really? He could have been lying, but he knows the Rays, brother. I wouldn't blame him if he did lie. You know what I mean? What is he gonna do? I don't remember it all, dude. Sorry, kick rocks. You know what I mean? Yeah. But well, he knows he knows the Rays brothers and stuff, and he's seen me play in Stranded, and he's kind of been, he's like, okay, you're around.
That's cool.
You're around.
Yeah. And what'd you say his name was?
Rod Fleeman. Shout out Rod Fleeman. Okay. He plays with the Green Lady. I think he does the matinee on like Saturdays or something. Also, I realized you gave me Heineken Zeros.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're zeros. I looked at the zero right there. I was like, zero what? It's zero.
I never knew that. They just been sitting in there.
Oh, hey, I don't need to get drunk. I'm cool with having a sipper. I'm just fine with it, man.
Okay, I wasn't trying to say anything, man.
I know. No worries.
I appreciate you just clearing them out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no worries.
That's funny. At all. If you could play the bass for a popular rock band, who would you want to play for?
Ozzy just died. But anything Sabbath would have been sick. Yeah. Anything Zeppelin would have been sick. Zeppelin. If you want me to be real right now, I mean, we spent a lot of time kind of spiraling in this conversation so far, but I think the rock is kind of in a weird spot right now. Personally. Really? You know what I mean? Rock, we're kind of still just digging the artists from 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. There's not a lot of new rock that's really killing the game. So, like, in terms of, like, bands, it'd be cool to play with somebody like Corey Wong, which is more of, like, a funk guy. Like, the funk stuff's kind of popular. Like, playing in a band called Lettuce would be really sick.
Okay.
But yeah, when it comes to, like, the rock bands of great, for sure, like, Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin are, like, the 2 probably most influential bands.
I haven't thought about that, but you're right.
Yeah.
Everything is old. Yeah.
Everything's kind of old. We still, name 2 rock bands right now that are making records right now that we like. Like, I would be like, oh yeah, Hailstorm, and then you're like, oh, Hailstorm hasn't dropped a record in 15 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about System of a Down?
System of a Down hasn't dropped a record in 20 years, dude.
Has it been that long?
They had one single in like the last decade.
Which one?
I don't know what the hell it's called. I didn't listen to it. I listened to the stuff from 2008. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I listened to the stuff from 18 years ago.
What did you ever like any of that rock rap, like Linkin Park,
when I was a kid, I was huge into Linkin Park. actually.
I love Linkin Park.
Yeah, Linkin Park is still good. I would say. I would say like even with the passage of time, I still really dig Linkin Park. And back in that era, like Flea also had quite a big influence on me from the Chili Peppers.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Because he's big bassist.
And a great player and a great human too. I would say like a little wild maybe in his prime.
Yeah,
but
he just came out with some album like a jazz album,
a
right?
jazz record,
playing
kind of sick,
playing the brass.
Yeah. Pretty stoked on that. I'm pretty happy for
I saw that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
What's the funniest thing that ever happened while you were performing?
Oh man, do I have stories? So, I'd say probably the immediate gut reaction, and I don't know what it says about me that I go immediately to pooping on myself. You know what I mean? Like just immediately just making fun of myself. But not literally, but metaphoric. Well, okay, you keep that bell finger ready. So I was playing a gig.
It's the inappropriate bell.
I was playing a gig for when I was maybe 25, and it was a stranded gig. I booked it for a friend of my mom, so it was out in the country by where she lives now. It was in this town called Polo, Missouri. Mm-hmm. There's this little unincorporated lake, which means that like there's no jurisdiction of any towns there. There's no police for that lake. It's wild. It's kind of home to a lot of like, you could say tweakers and stuff like that out in Missouri, right? Very interesting people. But there's some good people. There's some real good. And my mom worked at the Dollar General right down the road. So one of these guys wanted a band for a party. She's like, book Stranded. They're the greatest band to book for parties, you know. So we ended up settling on a price, and I booked the gig, and we get out there, and it's like out in the heat, and we're like playing, and it's like I'm drinking, sure, doing kind of cutting loose, kind of partially because it was an unincorporated lake, and I thought it was kind of cool. You know what I mean? I was like, I feel real under the radar.
Of course, again, you're 25 years old doing this.
25, yeah. Well, tried to be a little bit cooler than I wanted to be, and I had a cigarette, and I was smoking it while I was playing. I was like, hanging on my mouth like that, and a little thing hits me in the nose, a little smoke hits me in the nose, and I feel some type of way, and I throw up all right in front of me on stage. Oh, it was like on my shirt and on my guitar. My brother had to run and grab a rag. He was like, oh shit, he's dipped and came back with a rag, and everybody was like, you didn't see that? Nobody saw that. I was so embarrassed. Oh man, but it was great memories. We still talk about it.
Well, guess what? We have video of that.
I know for a fact nobody has video of that. Yeah, because I was kind of like,
come on, this was 5 years ago. Somebody had a phone. Somebody.
Yeah, no, these people could not afford phones. These were not phone people. These were trailers with no power people.
Oh wow!
In the middle of July. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was a very interesting gig. I don't know how we ended up there. I've got so many stories, man. I did a gig last Thursday. We did a gig for the Consulate of Mexico. Now, I'm not too sure exactly what that entails. I don't know if that's a federal thing or if it's a state thing or if it's like a city thing. But she is from Mexico, and she has some sort of governmental job, and she lives in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to look it up actually before I got here because I thought I was going to end up telling the story, but I was too lazy and didn't do any research. So forgive me, children. Look stuff up. Use the internet wisely, kids.
Right. Yeah.
But
or the encyclopedias.
The encyclopedia. Yeah, sure. If you can figure out how to get a library card, be my guest. For sure. But it was like her and then Mayor Q, Kansas City, Missouri's mayor, and we're like at this like really artsy fartsy high society gig. It was one of those gigs where they give you Fiji water for free.
Oh wow! Okay.
It was one of those. You know what I mean? I felt like Belle of the Ball. You know what I mean? I was having a good time, and we were getting ready, and it was like as soon as Mayor Q got there, it's like he wasn't close, but he just entered the building. Everybody was kind of getting there. It was right before we had to play, and I turned on my bass amp, and my bass amp just starts smoking right in front of everybody. And we're like, first I was like, you guys smell that? And they're like, yeah, it smells kind of weird. It just smells like, kind of like plastic or electronics or something. I'm like, well, this is pottery studio right behind us. That's the pottery studio. And Tony looks and he's like, dude, that's not the pottery. And my amp is just kicking out black smoke out the top.
No.
I was like, oh no.
It was part of the gig, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've had I remember one time I broke a stage when I was 18 in a rock band in Topeka, and they had this ghetto ass trailer. Should not have had 5 fat white guys on it. I was jumping around.
You broke right
boom,
through.
foot goes right through one of the plies in the thing. And I'm like, oh shit, nobody go over here.
Damn.
Yeah, I've had a lot of crazy stuff. I'm very fortunate to have had so many crazy experiences that, I just they kind of all blend together a little bit. You know what I mean? Lots of crazy stuff. Saw a naked homeless lady charge me at a bar in Denver, Colorado at a gig when I was 20. Pretty funny.
Charge you for what?
I don't know. She came right at me.
Really? Oh, so
yeah, I was outside smoking a cigarette. Okay, I'll tell it in a better story way. So I was outside. It was a place called B Bar in Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
And I'm with this band, and we just got done playing. And I was covered in sweat, and it was winter time, so I'm gonna go outside and I smoke, and it's freezing, And I'm looking down the road, and I just see this person really far off, and she just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually, I see it's this fully naked lady, running right at the bar. And she runs up and she screams gibberish at me, and I'm like, and she just turns and she runs right in the bar. It takes every security guard in this place to grab her and try to get her out. Yeah, I don't know if she I have no idea what it was. Everybody said that there was it was a mental health facility right down the road, so maybe she was an escapee or she'd recently got released or something.
That's crazy.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
We'll have to. I'd like to hear more stories like this. Maybe we get the whole band together.
And share stories.
I'm sure everybody.
Oh, between the 4 of us, we have to have crazy ass.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? There was one time I was at their gig. I was at the Reyes Brothers gig, and I got a gun pulled out on me. Technically, it got pulled out on all of us.
Really?
But me being the whitest dude in the band, I was the one that
They
was
went for you?
no, I was like, what the fuck's your problem? When I turn around, everybody's gone. Because they got the hell out of there. They saw the gun. They were right back inside. And I was like, excuse you? To the guy with the gun, you know what I mean? Just pure, the invincibility of youth. You know what I mean? I just didn't give a shit. I was like, shoot me, motherfucker. I don't care.
That's wild.
I know it. Crazy stuff. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like that. Yeah, it was me and then another lady who definitely gave me Johnson County vibes, and she was just like, "Fuck you, motherfucker! I don't care about no." It's just me and this lady. Everybody else.
And you said Johnson County vibes?
Yeah, she had she was really well put together. Very pretty lady in her 40s.
Okay, but maybe that was a facade, because if she's doing all that.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
She could have been Wyandotte County. Dressed to the
could have
T.
been. She could have
I
been.
don't know.
She could have been.
I don't
You're
know.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, she had she was she had very big can I ask for a manager vibes.
Oh.
It might not have been sassy, but it was she was sir, I do not think you know what you are doing. You know what I mean? That type of energy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I was like, crap. I could have died right there.
That's
That would be cool to have the boys in for funny story time. Just have
Funny
us all
story time.
Have us
I like
all
that.
tell all of the gig stories and the road stories. Me and Tony could tell you about all the times we went on tour with this guy named Gino Mateo, who was kind of an interesting character. Very good times. Very good times. Very, very, very good times. He's got the notepad out. He's writing it down.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually looking for something.
Hey, put me on the board. Let me get in here. I'm an ideas man.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll come in here just for the brainstorming. I'll bring out the whiteboard and we'll do some charts and shit.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I'm actually missing something that I had here that I was gonna share with you. Anyway, a question that I had was, what kind of advice do you give someone that that gets frustrated while trying to learn, but they're having problems? I mean, they just can't figure it out. I mean, is there something you tell?
There's a lot of advice that you can give. You know? I'd say like the most general advice is that everything is hard.
Okay.
And it just really comes down to how much you want to do it, right? And now, I'm not one of those guys. Like I'm not like a hustle grind set guy necessarily, right? Like I don't think that humans should be maximizing their time as much as we do in the modern era. You know, we want it, everything's got to be efficient. We always got to be grinding. Everything's got to be making money. You know, sometimes we just need to have fun and sometimes the things that are fun and enjoyable and good for our health are not always going to be making us money or getting us, you know, in the right step towards making money. So, and I hear the reason I say that is because a lot of times people say like, oh, I want to practice guitar more, but I don't have the time is a big thing. Right. And then in order for me to say what I'm going to say, I have to clarify that I'm not telling you, you know, like I'm not the guy that's like, oh, well, you should get a second job. If you're struggling with money, why don't you work harder? I think that's inherently a bad thing. Just it's unhealthy to think that way, I think. You know what I mean? But sometimes when it comes to the guitar, that's the closest I've felt to that is like it really just comes down to how much time you put on it. And sometimes you have to put up with sounding like shit before you sound good.
Sure.
You know? Just think about how many shots you miss practicing your like 3-point throw,
free throws,
or your free throw. You know what I mean? How any technical thing that anybody gets good at, they've had to work at it, and they have to just be stubborn enough to be put up with all of the failures before it starts to get good. You know, and I think that's very much life advice, less than just like music advice, but it very much applies to music. You know, a lot of the kids that I teach that get better because they're the ones that put the time into it.
Yep.
Right. A lot of people who come to private lessons. My example was karate. When I was a kid, I wanted to take karate because I thought karate was fucking badass when I was 7. You know what I mean? Who doesn't think karate's cool when you're a second grader?
Yeah.
But, you know, they're like, they wanted you to do push-ups and they wanted you to do stuff afterwards. And the only time that I did karate or thought about karate was when I was in the karate classroom. That's how a lot of music is. If you don't think about it, if you don't want to do it until I'm right in front of you telling you what to do, and that's the only time that your brain comprehends what's happening, you're truly not going to learn. You're going to learn a little bit, but music has this beauty of self-discovery, just like learning how to do free throws. You know what I mean? To learn how to do free throws, you got to know how your body works, and you do that by doing it over and over and over again. Music is the same way. So, you know, the thing about musicians is, or if you want to get better at music, you've got to love it enough and want to do it enough to make it be something that you do in your free time. You know, truly, and it is that simple. I think kids that get really good at music, or adults too, because I've had adult students that get really good after I teach them and kind of show them the right ways a little bit. Those kids, the common denominator is that I inspire them to do it, as opposed to like having a curriculum and a regimen. You know, very big, very very wise stuff, I think.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's
Was
cool,
that? Were you asking for that advice for yourself?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Way to put that out there, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for you to pick it up and practice.
You don't know when I pick it up in practice.
Sometimes, I mean, it does help to have a guy tell you what to practice.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing, is knowing what to practice.
Right.
There's a big anxiety about that. You know, I think about how, you know, like the reason why I don't have AC in my car is because I'm scared. Most of the time, I'm scared to death that I'll break something else when I do it. There's this fear of the unknown that is very similar when you practice, and you're like, well, there's so many things I could practice. I don't know what to practice. That's a genuine block.
Right.
That's a scary thing for a lot of people. It's very overwhelming. It's that same sort of sense of like, like my PC's the same way. I don't want to mess around on my PC too much, even though theoretically it's all right there. It's all in my fingertips, and I could just Google everything and figure everything out.
Right. Yeah.
But what if I don't do it exactly right and I mess something up later on down the road? You know, those like back of the head thoughts they stay with you a lot in a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
Music is definitely one of those. And that's why I said, like, you got to love it and be stubborn enough to just be like, fuck it.
Yep.
Develop the bad technique and then fix it later. That's what I say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll get the kids, I'll tell the kids how to play technically right. And then they won't because they're children and they're learning. And then as soon as if they care about it and they stick with it long enough, eventually I'll be like, hey, remember that time 3 years ago when I talked about this? Full circle, baby.
Yep.
And then they're getting it way better then.
Right. Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into finish this sentence for me, if you will, please. A great bass player always
Plays the one.
plays the one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What does that mean?
There's a beautiful Bootsy Collins video. It's called the Bootsy Collins Funk Formula. It's like 1 minute and 35 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And the one means two things. The one means like the first beat of the measure, and it also means the root of a chord, the first note of a chord, which is what the bass usually plays.
Okay.
So by saying playing the one, there's actually, it's loaded. It's very double entendre. There's two meanings to playing the one, and both of them are what gets you the gigs. If you play in time and you play the right note, you don't try to play too much. That's usually what the best bass players do.
Okay. So then let's go back this way. A terrible bass player always.
I told you,
You
I
don't
don't
answer
like
it?
to talk a lot of shit. Okay,
Okay, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
No, I'm trying to
But you
figure
have
out.
to take take a shot of tequila.
No,
Let me grab the bottle real quick.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Rephrase that for me. Let me.
Well, how can I refer? I'm just
A terrible bass player
always fakes the funk.
drinks at the gig. I don't know. Really,
There you go.
realistically,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of. I mean, honestly, you know,
Yeah.
if you're a bass player that is in it kind of for the wrong reasons,
Yeah,
most of the
there you
times
go.
that'll prevail. You know what I mean? If you're there to get drunk and party and try to get, you know, sorry kids, but if you're there to try to get laid,
Yeah.
you know
For the
what I
wrong
mean?
reason,
Yeah, because you know there's kind of that trope that the bass player is kind of like the big dummy
Yeah.
of the band. You know
Big
what I mean?
dummy.
Yeah, they're usually the bigger ones that are
Yeah.
kind of like, duh. And, you know, the girlies like him because he's huge. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Big muscly guy. You know. You know, like Nirvana's bass player is kind of that guy a little bit, even though he's a politician now. So,
Oh,
well,
really?
maybe he's all, depending on how you view it, he might still be a big dummy. But
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I would say always drinks at the gig.
Okay.
A terrible
How
bass
about
player.
you know you're a bass player when
You don't get enough attention from the ladies. when
they want that guitar player, or they want that drummer.
Yeah, you know
the
you're a bass player.
keyboard.
You know you're a bass player when they clap during the guitar solo. You know you're a bass player when they don't say who you are on stage until the very end of the show.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, ladies and gentlemen, the guitar player, give it up for him. That was cool. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way,
Yeah.
this guy's been here the whole time.
Oh yeah, the guy on bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. The greatest bass line ever is
Oh man, what's going on, Marvin Gaye?
okay.
Yeah. Also kind of loaded because that's like the record and the song, but the song is James Jamerson was the guy who was on that. He did all the Motown stuff.
Okay.
And he was basically the guy who made electric bass the way it sounds these days. He was a jazz player at night, and he worked all the time, just like me. Did all the Motown session records. When he recorded the "What's Going On" bass line, he was like fall down, stumble drunk, and he was on like a couch like this, plugged in direct to the board, and recorded that whole record. And it is some of the most like profound bass work, and it is used to really show a turning point in how the instrument became the role that it is these days. So,
And can you play that?
yeah. Hell yeah.
Laying down,
Yeah.
drunk.
Give me the tequila. Let's go. I couldn't drink as much as James Jamerson. James Jamerson actually passed of cirrhosis of the liver in the 80s.
Oh,
So I try not to drink like James Jamerson.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean, even though like there's his alcoholism was like mythicized a little bit. You know what I mean? It kind of helped propel him into this kind of like legendary figure of like this kind of sad, underpaid guy who changed music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very depressed, not really, didn't get to live the dreams. He wasn't rich like Marvin Gaye got to be. Now Marvin Gaye died before him for other reasons. You know, he died to gun violence, but just. Yeah, but people romanticize the tragedy of James Jamerson's life. You know what I mean? But I can play that bass line. I tell kids, I teach that all the time. Like, if you want to start, this is a great place to start.
When we get to Let's Riff, maybe you can play that real quick.
Yeah.
So let's do a quick fire. All right, this or that. Fender or Gibson?
Fender.
Pick or fingers?
Fingers.
4-string or 5-string? Obviously 5.
5-string.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that when I was holding it earlier. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Rock or funk?
Funk.
Old school or modern?
Old school.
Studio or live?
Ooh. I want to be studio.
Yeah.
But the era that we live in, live.
It's all live, yeah.
Yeah.
Beatles or Stones?
Beatles.
Nice. Metallica or Van Halen?
Van Halen, brother. That's not even a question, dude. Van Halen's the best, dude.
Okay.
That's like asking if you like friggin'
LeBron or Jordan.
Yeah, LeBron or that kid from high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay. I don't know. Metallica fans will come at me for that. I know, but come at me, dude. You smell like shit anyway.
Oh, here we go. Flea or Geddy Lee?
Ooh.
Geddy Lee. Yeah. Who you got?
I'll be honest with you. Flea's had a bigger impact on me than Geddy Lee has. And I love Rush. And Geddy Lee is probably a technically better musician. You know what I mean? But Flea's more fun.
Okay. Play perfectly or play with feeling?
Play with feeling.
Yeah. That's the way everybody should play, or what?
Every way. Everybody. It's just, people want humanity. That's why people don't like AI music. AI music's perfect. Who's listening to AI music? I sure as hell am not listening. I'd rather hear the mistakes. There's a song. Go listen to Fly Like an Eagle, Steve Miller Band. Second Fly Like an Eagle part, the Fly Like an Eagle. That's enough I can say before copyright. You know what I mean? But like, drummer fucks up in that. Drummer drops like a stick in the recording.
You know what? I want to say I have heard that.
Yeah. Or like
I've heard somebody
there's
talk
a
about
little piano part right at the beginning of Roxanne by the Police, and that's from Sting accidentally sitting on the keyboard.
That's right.
And laughing about it.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah, or like Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. There's a cough at the beginning from David Gilmour clearing his throat. Like that sort of shit's the stuff I crave.
Didn't Incubus do Wish You Were Here?
They did a different one.
That's
a song they wrote.
Same title,
same
but
title.
different.
That one's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wish
more of an I wish you were here than wish you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. $10,000 bass or $500 bass with the perfect sound?
$500 bass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming even from a guy with an expensive bass. You know, you really don't need.
That looks very expensive, man.
Yeah, it's expensive, partially because it's data simple. I don't have a gold chain, but I got a cool bass.
There you go.
For sure.
That's cool. All right. Let's do some.
Yeah, man.
Let's do some riffs real quick. If you want to hook up, let's see if we can get it hooked up to the. Do.
Let's see. Keep burping up Popeye's chicken sandwich. Shout out Popeyes.
Is that what you had on the way here? I had to stop at the Popeyes. Huh?
Yeah, that's why I got here at 7 and not 6:50.
I say so. Let's see. You know, I don't know how long you can play a riff before we get flagged. I don't know if we can get flagged for that. There was actually something else I wanted to do, and then I thought, no, I think we would get riffs. We would get flagged for it, but I'll tell you, it was pretty cool. It's something that I found, and what I would do is play the music, and then the bass you can just kick right in. Like if you were to hear Billie Jean, the song, you know, you would. Yeah, I know, right? That you would just hear the music, and then you just boom, jump right in. It's cool stuff. Maybe we could do that. But like everyone, another one bites the dust.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
So is that does everybody want to learn that when they first start off?
No, but I make them learn it.
Oh, you do make
Yeah,
it?
there's
Okay.
a little bit of the lore in the bass community is it's a 3 on E riff because it's about the E string. Doing 3 of them because that could be a bunch of songs right there. Like.
You know what's up?
Good
It was
time.
Yeah.
It was
okay,
a hip hop, a hippity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Good
also,
times, yeah.
also. Like that's
Ding, 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 ding.
yeah, Hollywood swinging.
Hey,
Okay.
hey,
Yeah, it's a-
hey.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. That's
It's
it.
kinda,
About Cool
yeah.
in the Gang.
Yeah.
How
They call it
about
the 3 on the E.
Under Pressure?
That's
Ding, ding.
Also
uh,
Queen.
not Queen, but
yeah,
I'm
Under
thinking
David
of
Bowie.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Oh,
That's
Vanilla
what I'm
Ice.
thinking of it.
Difference is, and this comes from like
From
the
him?
legal thing. Yeah, this is '90s stuff. Shout out to the '90s guys. There's an extra note. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's enough
Yeah,
to.
and
that's
that-
enough.
and that's-
that was enough
Yeah,
to be
that
able
was
to
enough
make
to
it
not-
different.
Yep, not get sued.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
So Billie Jean.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah. You know what? Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
okay,
dun.
okay.
Yeah.
There it goes.
You guys ever play that? Stranded? No.
I played in a couple of these though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. How about Money? Pink Floyd. Well, here.
Yes. Yeah, I can do it. Money. It's a hit. Don't
See, I
give
got my-
me that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice. How about the Beatles Come Together?
Yeah.
Okay.
To your knees.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm,
that's-
I'm impressed. Are your fingers?
You can look
Calloused,
at
are
them later. They're
they-
kind of messed up, honestly.
I
Camera
mean, just that,
camera can't pick it up, but my fingers are pretty rough.
yeah.
Pretty rough.
But you've had to develop that over the years.
Yeah,
huh?
I'm also kind of a nail biter too. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
Always been that way.
Yeah. But I could just hear that slide, and I'm just thinking, ooh.
Say, how about I'm trying to think. I can't remember. My Generation, the Who.
Ooh, that might be one of the only ones.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And then so I found a list of like 80s and 90s throwback.
Uh-huh.
Duran Duran, like Rio. I can't remember that one. Hungry Like the Wolf.
Oh, I was like.
Something like that. Yeah.
And I ran so far away,
Yeah.
and I just ran. I ran all night and day. Get away.
Oh, speaking of Get Away, Give It Away by the Red Hot Chili
I
Peppers.
did this one last night at the gig.
Did you?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna engage slap mode. Change my pickups a little bit.
That's dope.
I kind of get messed up on those notes. It's like almost like come together. Where you,
Yeah, it kind of has that vibe to it.
yeah, definitely.
Do you think you could still pick up the tuba and play?
Oh yeah, I had a tuba lesson or I had a trombone lesson, which is very similar to tuba,
Uh-huh.
and they provided me with a mouthpiece, and I was still able to do the mouthpiece, and I still got the fingerings all in there.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I want a tuba eventually. It might be like a.
How about Under the
40s
Bridge
thing.
by the Chili Peppers?
Yeah, heck yeah. So like the intro goes. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel only friend is the city I live in, the
City of angels.
lonely as I am, together we cry. And then the bass comes in right here. Yeah, it's like that's so cool. I don't ever wanna be. Yeah, Flea had a lot of cool stuff, man. He had a lot of really good, just sick bass line.
Yeah. No, but what other riffs? Oh, I know what the Eagles. I just heard it today. There you go. Yeah. That's cool, man.
One of these nights. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. Do you guys play that stranded?
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
we do.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I got him to do it because we were just trying to think of like grooves. Everybody kept asking us to play Eagles songs. So I was like, it's probably the most stranded in the city Eagles song. You know, I don't want to be that guy that's just playing the same Eagles songs. The other contender was a.
Yeah. Life in the fast lane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that tune. That's a freaking banger song.
No, that's cool. What is one of your favorite riffs?
Like bass line wise?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we could talk about like the beauty of the Marvin Gaye bass.
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
Mother.
Yeah, it's
There's far too many of you crying. See what he did? He wasn't really repetitive with what he did.
There's far too many of you.
He changed a lot. And he actually played with one finger, just like this.
Yeah.
So all those Motown hits that I messed up right there. One finger. You know, like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I hear it now.
Ain't no river wide enough, baby. That's what James Jamerson 2. Gotta give it up to.
Dun, 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 dun. I got that one.
You hear it second time. This is a beautiful video. I might share it with you guys on Facebook later, but this is a beautiful video of Victor Wooten, who's a great bass player, talking about how you could be the best in the world, but sometimes you don't. You want to just kind of service that part of like the player. You want to come in and you want to play you want to play. People immediately resonate with that song. People immediately feel it, and it's one of the most simple songs in the world. It's like find out why. It's kind of the main point of that. You know what I mean? As far as like rock riffs go, my favorite rock riff. See if you can catch it. I'm actually gonna try to quiz you because I started off as a rock and roller. I've always been a rock and roller. And I had to play a lot of funk and jazz and R&B and stuff these days, but.
You know what's crazy is I remember a rapper used that.
Yeah, I believe that.
Everlast.
Nice.
Yeah, Everlast.
Leaves are falling all around.
Yeah.
Time I was on my way. Led Zeppelin. Ramble on. Yeah, it's got this. So sometimes I gotta go.
Do you know the this is an old show, but I don't know if you remember this. Barney Miller.
No.
It's go dum do do dum do do dum do 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 dum do do dum do do dum do 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 do. Remember that? Yeah. Have you ever listened to that? Yeah. That's
Right on.
right. Yeah.
Right on.
What's another one you got?
Another just real just iconic.
Yeah. Well. Okay. No. You did the Marvin Gaye one. Yeah. You
Yeah.
did that one.
I mean, you got to give it up for the real original. Black Sabbath. And then, you know, you got to go with War Pigs.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
and Timmy just rock out just
All the time back in the day. Nowadays we just play video games and talk about adult man problems. I don't know, man. Being a jammer has kind of changed. I used to jam all the time, man.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you're playing bass and you're jamming, it's basically just letting a guy who's playing guitar be just solo for hours. You know, I'm just sitting there going, that sound great, man. Yeah, you're doing real good. Yeah. Yeah, no, keep soloing. No, don't stop. Definitely don't stop soloing. You've only been doing it for 5 minutes. What's 5 more minutes gonna hurt? You know what I mean? So, I'm not that rude ever. But yeah, that's kind of what jamming is these days. I used to be, you know, back when I was in college and I discovered the Grateful Dead and Allman Brothers, where I was like, I want to jam. That's another big one would be the Allman Brothers. The Allman Brothers is a very important band to music and to my foundation. You know, they had like the I've been run down.
Yeah.
I've been lied to. And they had like, you know, it's kind of loud, but yeah. Yeah, just a lot of real great jams from the Allman Brothers.
I know you said you like to dabble in writing music. Do you compose music as well?
Yeah, I would say I'm probably more of a composer than like a song, like a lyricist. You know what I mean? The lyrics are kind of second.
Oh, okay.
They like the lyrics try to dress up the idea of whatever I think the song. You know.
So you come up with the sound first, and then put the words to what you've come up with.
Yeah, kind of like usually it's like I kind of want to try to do this thing. I want to do a song kind of with these chords because I like these chords, or I want to do this type of sound or this type of vibe, and then the lyrics come in kind of just you know, glue it all together to bow tie the theme. You know what I mean? So yeah.
How long does that usually take for you?
It could take a day. It could take months. Seriously, I've had a song, one of my favorite songs I ever writ, a song called "Baby I Don't Mind." Really cool song. It's on my friend Taylor Smith's album. It's an album called Trio. That one I wrote in a day. That one I just sat down and was like, okay, I want to do these chords, and then just bing, bang, boom. And then there's like there's a song on the same record that I wrote called Talk, and that one was written basically over the entirety of the pandemic. Like I stewed on that idea while I was, you know, working and doing all this stuff. You know what I mean? Because during the pandemic, I just worked nonstop. I was an essential employee for, you know, with 2 jobs. So, you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I forgot all about those essential employees during that time.
Just remembered one riff, 7 Nation Army.
Oh boy. Then you got to hit with the. Well, what's funny is that part doesn't start till after. It's like the loud part, and then they go. I know that because I have to teach that a lot. A lot of kids love that song. Kids get real excited when you teach them 7 Nation Army.
I think that's like even one of those that kids would do at baseball games or basketball, football, soccer.
Yes. All the time. Yeah, it's a cultural thing. Now.
Yeah,
you know, it's kind of a staple in American culture, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So you know what, we've been doing this for quite a while, man. And this was fun. I appreciate you coming in. Yep.
Dude, thank you.
Yep,
thank
definitely.
You for having me.
But you know, before we end, I got to hear the bass line to Riding Around.
You got it, brother. We got it. 2, 3, 4. Maybe we just get lower on that. Let me hit it with
Yeah. So remember when you guys came in and you had the
little guitars. I show people that video.
Do you? I appreciate
show people
that.
The little guitars.
Yeah, that was so much fun. That's one that I go to all the time and show everybody. I'm like, have you seen Stranded? Oh, you got to check out this video. I said, we recorded a music video. That's what I like
I know
to
the only
say.
part was I missed. I went, ooh yeah.
That was cool.
I did a verse early. I was trying
Oh, yeah.
because Tony did that like impromptu in the studio.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like still when we recorded that first podcast. It was like real. That album was real fresh. That
Yeah.
record.
Uh-huh.
It was
So,
real
okay,
fresh.
now we started off at the very beginning and I asked you, how often do you guys play that song? Because I'll tell you, man, right now, and I tell everybody this, I say, you know what, when the guys are going to perform that, I would like to go up there and sing with you guys that song. And it's like I wait for you guys to play, and then I just go to jump up there. But
You know what? I'll tell them next time. I'll drop.
I said I'll play the cowbell. I got the tambourine. I'll do whatever, you know.
I mean, you know, honestly, if especially if the boys knew I mean, obviously they know you love that song, but
Yeah.
you know, we should play that more when you're around for sure. I feel like we play that out of like all the originals. That's probably like the fourth most played.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like Cruise first, probably, and then the song off the second record, Tell Me, is probably the second most. And then
Okay.
like we do a lot of the Where Did You Go?
Okay,
That's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
the one that I helped write because I wrote that about my ex during the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
I started the words and I started the feel, and then AJ kind of took it off from there because
Yeah.
you know AJ was going through a little bit of a similar thing, so we just kind of combined our experiences into one song a little bit, you know. But it's almost like a, you know, the name escapes me. That Santa song. When I come home, baby. That song. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Evil Ways. That's the name of the song. It's kind of like that, but there's also another song that I was really heavily inspired by that was like an 80s Santana song that had a similar thing. I can't remember the name of it. It was. I haven't really listened to it since then. About to go see him next week, though. He's coming to town. I'm about to go see Santana next
At
week.
the Morton?
Morton, yep.
Who's he coming with? Oh, the Doobie Brothers.
And it's Michael McDonald's on that tour.
Oh,
and Michael
dude.
McDonald's my man. Michael McDonald, you know, he grew up in Ferguson, Missouri.
He did.
Is that right?
Yeah, he grew up in Ferguson, Missouri, and his parents moved him out because the neighborhood was kind of a little bit too black, and Michael didn't care. He grew up that way, and when they moved him to like
The black
inner city St.
community
Louis,
love Michael McDonald.
as they should.
I love Michael McDonald.
I
too,
love
man.
Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, he still, like, you know, he still had black friends and stuff even when he shouldn't have had even later on. You know, like he couldn't really escape his upbringing. I mean, I kind of feel very similar to where I'm from. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've lived a lot of lives, and I've been in a lot of different cookouts, and I've, you know, had a lot of seats at tables that I'm very grateful to have, and I just relate a lot to Michael McDonald in that way. So I'll be very happy to see him, and I'm probably gonna cry my eyes out when I
That's
see him.
cool, dude.
Because he's
You know
so
what?
old. He's like shaky old, and I'm like,
We've seen him a few times. We even saw him. We saw him at Starlight, and then we were just talking about this too, Sam. We went somewhere, and he performed. Was it
Manhattan or
was it Manhattan
I don't know.
or Wichita? It was somewhere where he just performed himself.
Yeah.
It was just him and his little band that he had. Oh, it was awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
I love Michael McDonald solo and the Doobie Brothers.
Right. But the Doobie Brothers are not the Doobie Brothers without Michael McDonald. That's what I say.
I mean, I still, because one of my mom's, like, one of the childhood songs that I really came up on was Blackwater. I go Blackwater, keep on rolling, Mississippi moon,
watch your keep on.
and that one and Listen to the Music are two of the greatest
And
songs.
and
from
I had that
America.
right here.
Yeah.
Ding ding
Yeah.
ding ding ding.
Yeah, that one's like a. What the people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how. You gotta send a message, send it on through. Oh, mama, gonna send it all to you. I just think that's like one of the most best, well-written songs ever. You know what I mean?
It is.
Just well-written, a hit. hits. One of the best hits. I sing that at all solo gigs I ever do. I always do that at the solo gigs. Always, every solo gig, because I played that acoustic, and
that's cool.
It's perfect time.
So do you do a lot of solo gigs?
I try. Yeah, I'm trying to do them more in the wintertime. Stranded gets real busy in the summer, and in the wintertime I need to make money too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you have a list that you follow, or you just
it changes. We kind of do it the same. I do it the same way that I've done it with Stranded gigs, where it's just kind of read the room, play what people like. You know that one. You know, you play a lot of Tennessee Whiskey if you're playing solo gigs. And I play a lot of country music when I do those.
Okay.
So it's like Tennessee Whiskey. Everybody wants to hear that song. It doesn't matter where you came from. You know what I mean? Everybody likes Tennessee Whiskey, so I play that one. You know, there's a couple of songs like that, like. I play there's a song called Brandy by Looking Glass that was in the Marvel movies and stuff that everybody likes because of the Marvel movies. So I'll play the popular stuff. I'll hit them with a deep cut too. I'll hit them with a Glenn Campbell or something that I like to listen to. That's maybe not as popular, but if it's all I had that happen like the first couple of solo gigs. I was just trying to play a bunch of shit that no one's ever heard of before, trying to be unique, and it was like, guess what? I didn't make no tip money, and I never got a call back for the gigs. And I was like, screw it. I'm going to learn Brandy, and I'm going to learn Tennessee Whiskey and do it right. Next thing you know, I'm getting calls back all the time.
Really? Okay. That's what they want to hear,
Yeah. Hell yeah. So
it's kind of like those DJs who want to play what they want to hear, and then they don't get the call back either. You got to play with the crowd.
It is exactly that.
Yeah, you got to.
Exactly that. If you want to survive long enough playing music, you need to learn that it's not all about you.
Right.
You know, truly.
Yeah.
Truly.
No,
and that's coming as somebody who part of the reason why I got into it is because I got a lot of attention for it and a lot of positive reinforcement early on because of look at the little musician go, Yeah. And I really liked that. And for a while, I wanted to be unique and I wanted to be cool and I wanted to be different and just show my uniqueness. But it's like, man, playing. I've been gigging for 15 years.
That's wild.
And it's like for now, especially kind of. In most recent years, it's like you see an old married couple dance, or you see little kids get into it, or you see people that are getting into it that don't think about music as much as I do, because I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
And when those people get engaged, man, you make them feel something, they'll remember you forever. There's a quote from Maya Angelou that says that people remember what you say or what you did, but they'll remember how you made them feel.
Yeah,
and that's very important when you're playing, right?
Yeah.
It's about making other people happy.
Yeah,
Music is a joyous thing, and
yes,
sometimes people really need
music makes the world go around.
Yeah, it does, and sometimes you'll never know when somebody really needs to hear a song. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people need it. Sometimes there's a lot of bad things that happen in life.
Yeah. Do you get requests?
Yeah, and I take them. I try to take them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I get requests I can't take. Like last night I learned Dirty Diana in a parking lot over a cigarette.
Dirty Diana.
Yeah. Because I was like, fuck, I know it, but I don't know it like that.
Yeah.
So I went out to the parking lot, smoked a cigarette, and listened to the song. Came in and crushed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
That's I kind of like it. There are definitely musicians who don't like to take requests, and I can understand why.
Yeah.
Why?
A lot of times it's because they're not good at learning stuff on the fly, or they don't know a lot of times.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they sometimes you just kind of need to know to play what you know, and a lot of people take it that way. Like you said earlier, I'd rather be kind of not perfect, but good enough a lot of times. You know what I mean? Because if you think that every song needs to be perfect, you're almost gonna never be perfect.
Yeah.
So you just kind of need to accept that. So, yeah, for sure. Yeah, music is not about you.
Right.
That's the biggest takeaway. And I'm actually very glad I got to say that on the podcast because it's been a very profound thought that I've been sharing with a lot of my students and a lot of my colleagues and friends. It's like, at the end of the day, there's a reason why wedding bands make a lot of money.
Yep.
And it's because they're playing shit that people like.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why you heard My Girl and people react to My Girl. And it was, playing a lot of Temptation stuff in front of people is really like a time where I realized I'm like, oh shit, everybody loves this. Santana, everyone loves Oye Como Va and Black Magic Woman. You know what I mean? There's just some songs that are in the American cultural zeitgeist that they want to hear. They want to hear these songs. So, man.
I agree. We were at a quinceañera and the DJ didn't play to the crowd.
And playing a bunch of trash.
Yeah.
It kills the vibe.
To me, it just
Kills the vibe.
it was like she wanted to play what she wanted to hear.
Yeah, it's like they want to be the friend in the car with the aux cord that wants to show you all the cool shit that they know.
And then she'd play something, and everybody like, okay, let's go, and everybody would get up. Within 20 seconds, she'd try to mix in something else, and everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
You just had us all out here, and everybody goes sit back down. Yeah, hey, it's just no, I get it though.
Yeah, it's weird because there's like a nuance there. There's a little bit of a balance too. You know what I mean? There's this kind of thing where you want to be original and you want to show people what makes you too. You know what I mean? So X-Strained does. We're always trying to find that balance of like being the cover band to play the room, but also be like, now that the crowd's on our side, we want to take a chance. Want to take a chance of an original and really play up the fact that we're playing shit we wrote. You know what I mean? That's a big deal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, Matt. Well, thank you so much for coming in, man.
Thank you guys.
Oh yeah,
You're welcome.
Hope you had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Hope you get plenty of YouTube shorts to clip out of all the jokes.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try. Yeah,
I'll watch it. I'll send you. YouTube has a feature now where you can like edit shorts or like and make shorts from videos now on mobile. So I'll just send you a couple.
Yeah.
Send you a couple. Have you posted.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
As soon as you get it up. So
that'd be cool.
Right on. Hell yeah.
It was fun.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Yep. Thank you, man.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you.
Roll it.
Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Mockcast. Until episode number 204. Adios.
Peace.
Hit it, Chris.